like a good boy oughta. And your mama takes a shot at her best son. Something different, all the girls seem to like you. 'Cause you're handsome, like to talk a whole lot of fun. But now your girl's gone a missing and your house has got an empty bed. The folks will wonder about the wedding, they won't listen to a word you said. Sorry about my words there. We're gonna take your mama out all night, yeah, we'll show what it's all about. Get her jacked up on some cheap champagne, we'll let the good times all roll out. And if the music ain't good, well, just too bad. We're gonna sing along no matter what. Because the dancers don't mind at the New Orleans. If you tip them and they make the cut. Do it! Take your mama out all night. So she'll have no doubt that we're doing all the best we can. We're gonna do it! Take your mama out all night. You can stay up late, 'cause baby, you're a full-grown man. It's a struggle, living like a good boy out in the summer, watching all the girls pass by. And when your mama heard the way that you've been talking, I'm trying to tell you that all she wanna do is cry. Now we end up taking the long way home, looking overdressed, wearing buckets of stale cologne. So hard to see the streets on a country road when your glasses in the garbage and your continental's just been told. We're gonna take your mama out all night, yeah, we'll show her what it's all about. We'll get her jacked up on some cheap champagne, we'll let the good times all roll out. And if the music ain't good, well, it's just too bad. We're gonna sing along no matter what. 'Cause the dancers don't mind in the New Orleans if you tip them and they make the cut. Do it! Take your mama out all night. So she'll have no doubt that we're doing all the best we can. We're gonna do it! Take your mama out all night. You can stay up late, 'cause baby, you're a full-grown man. Yes. Yeah. What's going on, buddy? Hey. I couldn't find the button. I was like, oh wait, the song's over. Where's my button? I went to go press the button. I was gonna press my my Steam button for when I'm playing Steam games. I'm like, that's not the button. Oh my goodness. Off to a fantastic start.
It's not the first time in history the guy can't find a button, am I right, ladies?
Right. Ooh.
You are America's best.
Trent, what's going on, dude? Welcome in, Decimoon. Welcome. Well, now that we got that out of the way. Oh, man. Boom.
Episode
knocking out of the park.
2. All right. Have a great night, everybody.
Man, no one loves Twitch stuff like you guys. Kiwi, what's going on, dude? Hey, thank you for that sub, Decimoon. Funny story, actually. I actually bought that shirt, but then they shipped me the wrong size. But it just happened to be Dr. Ram's size. And so I was like, here you go. Free shirt, my guy. And that's how we roll.
True story.
Yep. So
It's like a glove.
Speaking of shirts, though, I got a brand new one in the mail today that I am very excited about. Because, okay, so for those of you who know, that golden girl is my wife. My wife. And so this shirt that I have is actually the perfect shirt considering her persona on Twitch and my persona on Twitch. So you ready for this? Here we go.
I'm ready.
Hold on. Let me center this. There we go.
I love it.
Isn't that so good?
Although
that's
I almost feel like Sophia should be Raphael and not Blanche. But,
Oh yeah.
But then, I mean, who's going to be Donatello? Rose? Anyways.
No, thank you.
Yeah. Anyways. So, episode 2.
Yeah.
Very excited for episode 2.
How have the last 2 weeks been for you?
They've been a little. They've been long. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. Work is insane. Thank you for the wee woo. Not you, but yeah, Twisted Moon. Thank you for that wee woo.
I got you.
Yeah, I got you. No, it's it's been long. Had a lot of work, which I guess is good. I mean, it's better to have lots of work than no work, but lots of work also is a little bit rough. Rockety, Allie, what's going on? Welcome in.
Hey,
But yeah, how about you? How's the last 2 weeks been for you?
It's been crazy. It's been absolutely nutty. Between flooding at my new place and
Oh no way, man! You have the
couple of other
worst luck
things.
with flooding.
I know. I don't know what it is about me and flooding. And this time it wasn't even our house. It's because
Okay.
the apartment that I live in, just next door to our door is the maintenance room, and I guess it was the boiler in the maintenance room that leaked into our place. So it wasn't even anything that we could have done to prevent it. But it is what it is. It's all cleaned up now. Landlord has done what he can, and hopefully it's all fixed.
Yeah, hopefully. Yeah. I did get a haircut. Thank you for noticing. Yeah.
Hey, I did too.
Yeah. Well, we can't see it because it's under a tube. But anyways, this is episode 2 of It's Just Called Two Brothers, and I'm not gonna lie, we got a little bit lazy with the theme, and so the theme is really just going to be. Hold on, I pressed the wrong button again. There we go. It's Just Called Two Brothers, episode 2, Attack of the Clones. So there it is, folks.
Hey, thanks, Rockety.
We're here for the content. We're not here for the themes, the witty themes. Next time we'll have a better theme. We'll see how it goes.
My recommendation was it's just called episode 2, but we like Attack of the Clones better.
Or episode 2, Electric Boogaloo, also I think would have been valid now that I'm thinking about it.
Oh, that would have been good.
Yeah, would have been good. But yeah, so we got a couple of things that we're gonna rip into today.
Oh, you betcha.
And so we're gonna have some fun with it. We do have another tier list for those of you who are here for episode 1. We had a very hotly debated tier
Very
list
hotly
battle.
debated.
I was surprised at like how up in arms some people got about some of the decisions we made, but
You mean Timbre King?
yeah, mostly Timbre King. Yeah. TK, if you're there, I love you. But we do have another tier list. It is still Disney themed, so we're gonna get to that at the end of this episode. But first, we wanted to start with I don't know if I'm gonna call it a new segment. I don't know how often we'll do it, but I was just kind of cruising through YouTube videos.
I wouldn't even call it new either. It's new for
It's true.
us.
It's not even new. I totally ripped it off of somebody else. I was ripping through old, well, not even old YouTube videos. I was ripping through YouTube. Let's just say that. I was ripping through YouTube, and I came across a bunch of old Johnny Carson stuff. And he has this one bit that he would do fairly frequently called Karnak the Magnificent.
Not Karnak the Destroyer.
Not Karnak the Destroyer, no. And not Carfax, which is something else entirely. But Karnak the Destroyer. Now you've got me saying Karnak the Destroyer. Karnak the Magnificent. Maybe, you know what? By the end of it, we'll just call it Karnak the Destroyer because we totally
We'll call it
we
Karnak the
destroyed
Destroyer,
Johnny
yeah.
Carson's bit. Where he has like these envelopes, right? And in the envelope is a question that is, burning into the soul of mankind, and he divines the answer through the envelope. And so we wanted to start with a little bit of that for you guys here. Do a little bit of Karnak. We got some envelopes, let me just shuffle these envelopes up here. There we go. So we're gonna alternate here. I'm gonna do one, and then Ram's gonna do one, and so on and so forth. We'll do a few of these, and then we'll jump onto something else. But I always
true.
thought these were kind of funny. Johnny Carson is hilarious, and so hopefully we don't completely make fools of ourselves. But here we go. So I've got the very first envelope here. I'm gonna divine what the answer is.
Get your chi on.
Yeah, get my chi on. I need complete silence. I need complete silence. Thank you.
Do you need silence still?
Yes, I need silence. the answer is internet.
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 Internet. All right. What's the question?
Where do hockey players try and shoot the puck?
Internet.
Internet. And there you go.
All right. All right.
Next one.
See if I got my psychic going on here.
Oh, and Golden Girl and Cup of Kiwi, thank you so much for
Okay.
donating to the Bob and Doug episode of Two Brothers Challenge. I should have mentioned that too.
Oh yeah.
Here, let me plug that really quick while you divine
Plug
the
it.
answer. So we do have a community channel points challenge going on, where if we hit to, I believe it's 40K, both Dr. Ram and I will do a Bob and Doug McKenzie themed episode of It's Just Called Two Brothers. If you do not know who Bob and Doug McKenzie are, they are a very Canadian, very classic Canadian comedy sketch featuring Rick Moranis and Dave Thomas. Not Dave Thomas, the Wendy's guy. Different Dave Thomas. Yeah. And if you haven't heard of it, honestly, like go look it up on YouTube. It is awesome. So that will come.
Somebody
We're
even say
already-
great
Yeah.
and white and north.
Yeah. You gotta be really careful saying Great White North these days. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, that's true.
That's not what it means. When we say white, we refer to snow. But
Yes.
we're at 20K already, which is awesome. We're about halfway there.
Oh,
so,
dang.
Yeah. Good stuff. All right.
So
Sorry. Continue.
parakeets.
Parakeets. Okay.
Parakeets. What is it called when you have two keats?
Hey. All right. Here we go. Here's the next one. The answer is
I was
Moby
feeling it.
Dick.
Moby Dick, chat.
Moby Dick.
Moby Dick. I want to see where this goes.
What do you call a 55-year-old DJ when he's being a jerk? Moby Dick.
Moby Dick.
It's
It's like anybody of that age that shaves their head bald gets the Moby treatment. Just saying. All right.
All right, Rand, hit me. Keep
Oh, this is a longer one. Hold on. This one's a longer one.
This is
I'm
a long
feeling
one.
it.
Okay.
A dump truck in the back.
Hmm.
A dump truck in the back.
Dump truck in the back. Okay.
Yeah. Dump truck in the back. Name something that construction companies and Pixar moms have in common.
Not going to touch that one.
Nope. But you want to. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, no. I feel like that one's right up Kiwi's alley, too. Anyways, here we go.
Go for it.
The answer is Will I Am.
Will I Am?
Will I
Like
Am.
the artist? Will I Am?
Will I Am.
Will I Am. All right.
All right. How would Yoda introduce himself if his name was legally changed to Will?
Oh.
I feel like I need one of these here. Hold on. Where is
Did you still have that rim shot?
No, I need the. I
Or
need
the-
the.
Oh, the yeah.
I was thinking the Price is Right fail horn.
Oh, yeah. That works too.
There we
Works
go.
too. All right. Got to warm up the old psychic spot on the old 5 head here.
Get it.
All right. I'm feeling one answer,
Mm-hmm.
2 answers.
Oh.
I'm feeling 3 answers.
Okay.
Okay. I'm feeling Garfield,
Mhm.
a Fez,
Mm.
and Takashi 69.
Okay.
Yeah, I just want to make sure. Yeah, Garfield, a Fez, and Takashi 69. Name a well-fed cat, a red hat, and a dead rat.
Ooh, topical. He's not dead yet, though, is he? Is he dead yet?
Not with that attitude.
Oh, that's Kiwi's line. I can't get away from it. Everywhere I go, I get that. Hey, Trent, thank you for that gift sub to Digital Frog. Thank you so much. We appreciate that. And apparently my sub goal is broken again. Seriously, what is wrong with my sub goal? I'm going to have to go and fix that later. Maybe it'll update. We'll watch it. We'll watch it. If not, I'll go fix it after. I don't know what's wrong with that thing. Anyways, here we go. Next one.
Do it up.
The answer is asbestos.
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 Kiwi says we can borrow his lines. Thank you, Kiwi. We appreciate that. How would you describe Kate Hudson's butt in Latin?
Ooh. Asbestos.
Asbestos. Oh, that needs another one of these.
It's like more like Italian stereotype than I did Latin, but you get it. Rockety apparently knew that one.
There you go.
All right,
All right, Ram, hit me.
Ancestors. I don't know what I'm doing with my life. Oh, short and sweet. I'm getting Hoth.
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 There's a lot of Star Wars ones today.
Yeah, apparently. Hoth.
Hoth, okay.
Name an animal that wears a saddle.
Hoth. Hoth is where saddled.
Hoth is where saddles.
There you go. All right. There you have it, folks. Came without context, but I believe I'm enjoying it. So
Welcome in, Face
welcome in, Face Wells. We were doing a little bit of Karnak the Magnificent from old Johnny Carson. Don't worry, it's almost over. We'll move on to something hopefully better. All right, here we go.
We'll put that Hoth down to rest soon.
Oh my goodness. Timmy, welcome in. What's going on?
Welcome in, Timmy.
All right, so the answer to this one is, I'll let you finish drinking. The answer to this one is gonorrhea.
Okay. Gonorrhea.
That's what I'm divining. The answer is gonorrhea.
Gonorrhea, chat. That's the content you come for.
What is diarrhea called when it finally stops?
Oh my gosh.
I'm sorry.
It was heroria, now it's gone.
Oh my goodness.
All right.
Mom, Dad, plug your ears.
I'm pretending to be massaged by many psychic ghosts.
Okay.
Divining the answer.
GG, welcome in.
Disjointed.
Disjointed.
Disjointed, yeah. Disjointed.
Timmy wants to know if you're being massaged by psychic goats.
Goats, yes. Psychic ghost goats. Disjointed. What got dat hippie high as a kite? Disjointed.
Oh man, these are so bad. All right, I've got two more. Here we go.
All right.
The answer is prosthesis.
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 All right, here we go. What do you call an essay on prostate health? Prosthesis. I'm sorry, that one's terrible. That one's bad. These are all bad, actually.
These are all bad.
It's almost over, folks. You only have to suffer for a couple more.
All right. I think I've only got enough left in me for one now. All right.
All right.
Bad, actually? All right, here we go. Well, I didn't see that one coming, so obviously I'm not psychic. All right, one more time. Here we go. The National Dyslexics Association. The National Dyslexics Association.
So, Timmy, some of these are original. Some of them we may have borrowed from the man, the myth, the legend, Johnny Carson himself.
What does NDA stand for?
Or do you mean DNA?
Oh, wait. I mean, technically, that's right.
Hey! Oh, we. Well, we know that you're not in the National Dyslexics Association.
Is it possible to undyslexic yourself by accident?
Oh, that's so good. That was perfect. Yeah, that was almost better than the
Didn't see
actual
that one
punchline. There we go. Oh, man. All right, here we go. Here's the last one.
It's real.
And the answer is Hickory Dickory Dock.
Hickory Dickory Dock.
Hickory Dickory Dock. That's what the psychic goats are telling me.
All right, then.
Hickory
Can't argue with the psychic goats.
Dickory Dock. Who do you go see when you have a pain in your hickory dickory? Hey!
Oh, no.
All right.
Oh, no.
That segment's over.
I felt a lump.
Don't argue with the psychic goats. Yeah. Well, so that was that. I don't know if we'll come and do that ever again, but
We'll find out. We'll find out.
let's move on to the next thing. I'm going to switch screens for this one, so give me 2 seconds while I flip it over.
Yeah.
And we're going to move on to the next segment. So here we go. I'll see you in a second. All right. Oh. That's the name of this segment. What's going on? Where we take a look at some random stuff that's going on in the world right now. Stuff that maybe shouldn't be newsworthy. Maybe it is. And
But it's there regardless.
It's there regardless. Golden Girl, don't worry. I did not forget about the shirt. We talked about the shirt. I can show the shirt again, though. Maybe some people are new. They did not see the shirt earlier.
Show the shirt again. Show the shirt again.
I have
That's
a brand
worth
new
it.
shirt, and it's fantastic.
Do your little turn on the catwalk.
Do a little turn on the catwalk. It says thank
Yeah, on
you
the
for being
catwalk.
a friend. Golden Girls is Ninja Turtles. It's pretty much the best shirt ever invented.
It's the shirt you didn't ask for, but you deserved.
Thank you. It is the best shirt, though. I love that shirt. All right. So, yeah. What's going on?
What is going on?
So we found a few different articles around the interwebs.
Yeah.
And
Some of them are a little bit more relevant. Some of them maybe not quite as much.
Absolutely. Golden Girl, thank you for dropping the golden command. Yeah, it's true. You have to play the song. It goes with the shirt. So this is where we chat, like I say, about some of the goings on around the world and stuff that just seems weird, stuff that really probably should be newsworthy, but for whatever reason is. Which brings us to our very first article here. Elon Musk's too critical tweet with a single emoji, the eggplant.
Did you just say Elon Musk's?
Did I? I thought I
You just said Elon Musk's.
Elon Musk's. I'm just now who needs to be in the National Dyslexic Association? This guy.
I feel the NTA.
You channeled it through the interwebs. Wow.
I love it.
Elon Musk responds to critical tweet with a single emoji, the eggplant. I'm not going to live that down. Oh boy, here we go. All right. Not Elon Remusk's. Yeah, making mistakes is in your
Elon
NDA.
Remusk's,
Thank you,
does that
Timmy.
mean he musked to begin with? Does that imply he originally musked once previously?
I suppose, maybe, yeah. So anyways, so this story, and it's a whole story. Like, look at this. You can scroll through. There's this whole story about Elon Musk
Can
replying.
I ask what tweet he was responding to?
So this one right here. So from Peter Schiff, who was chirping on him for buying Bitcoin.
Okay.
And so you can see the tweet here from Peter Schiff. 2 weeks after Elon Musk announced that he spent $1.5 billion of shareholder money buying Bitcoin, Tesla stock entered a bear market, plunging 20% from its all-time high, yada, 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 making fun of him for buying Bitcoin. Elon Musk then replies with just an eggplant emoji.
I mean, The guy's got enough money to do it.
I mean, I suppose. I mean, Elon Musk is such a weird dude. I mean, you can't be. Maybe you can be mad at him. I don't know.
Didn't he name his kid after the sound a dial-up modem makes?
Was that him? That was him, wasn't it? Wasn't it?
I'm pretty sure that was him.
Yeah, classic Elon Musk.
Yeah, classic
Frig,
Elon
that's-
Musk.
It's going to become its own meme now. Let's just move on to the next story so we can stop talking about Elon Musk.
I do have one question though,
Okay.
and I don't know a lot about the stock market, but like, why do we call it a bull and bear markets? Because I feel like if you put a bull and a bear into the same ring, I feel like the bear would come out on top.
That might be
Maybe
a
that's
tier
just
list
me.
for another day.
All right.
Did
Just shower
someone clip
thoughts
the
when I'm out of the
Remusk?
shower.
I don't know if anyone clipped the Remusk. Also, welcome in, Mark. Welcome in. I hope nobody clipped the Remusk.
Well, we'll find out.
We'll find out later.
There's still a VOD.
Yeah. Let's move on to the next story. The next one I think is
All right.
far more interesting. This is one that you found. Snoop Dogg rage quit 15 minutes into live streaming Madden on Twitch. Now, I didn't see
I found this one last night. So I don't know how long it is that Snoop Dogg has been live streaming for it all, Casey, but he started off the stream as well as the title of the stream being something to the effect of like, just chill vibes, we're hanging out, having a good time kind of thing. And 15 minutes into playing Madden, the opposing team scored a single touchdown. It wasn't even that big of a difference score-wise between him and this other team. But so, I don't know, something about this touchdown just like lit the powder keg under his booty hole, because he went off with obscenities, like threw his controller in his desk and walks away. And not only walks away, leaves his stream running for another 7 hours afterward.
That's
And
hilarious.
it's just you staring at Snoop Dogg's chair, listening to like some in all fairness, some real good vibe music. And he comes back about 7 hours later, realizes it's still on, and turns it off. And it's just like, man, I wonder how many subs he got during that 7 hours. You know? How much did he get paid for just, welcome to Snoop Dogg's chair stream?
That's crazy. So Golden Girl gave you the answer, actually, if we're going back to the Elon Musk article. About the difference between bear and bull markets. So she says the bear market phenomenon is thought to get its name from the way in which a bear attacks its prey, swiping its paws downward, which is why markets with falling stock prices are called bear markets. See, I didn't even know that. I figured it was just because bears hibernate and they get sleepy. And so
I saw a bear roundhouse kick someone once. Does that count?
yes. And a bear swipes
sure it
up
was-
to attack its prey. I mean, you mean, a bull? Yeah, a bull. But which animal swipes right to attack its prey?
Puma.
Puma. All right. Oh boy, look at this ads. Okay, that must mean we should move on to the next story.
Oh yeah.
We want to save
Puma
as much
market.
time as possible for the tier list because we know that's what you guys are here for.
Frat boy swipes right, says Moon.
Thirsty teen. There you go. This one I find interesting. Japanese entrepreneur finds a niche offering scientific, if brutal, body odor analysis. So this whole story is about this guy who starts a business where he charges you $150 to tell you if you smell bad.
And
That's
that's
it?
it? He
That's-
just tells you if you smell bad? And
That's it. That's the whole business model.
He doesn't do anything else.
No, you provide him with your clothes. He'll smell the armpits. He'll smell the clothes like around the collar and stuff. And then he'll tell you if you smell bad. And he charges $150 a pop. I would do that for
I'm gonna run
$150 a
business.
pop. Right?
I
Man,
mean,
give me $100, I'll tell you if you stink.
I'll do the spin-off market. I'll taste your food once and I'll tell you if it tastes good or not. That's like a win-win.
Yeah. My game I play on Twitch I play as who on Twitch probably smells the worst in real life. That seems like a valid game. So
I'm with it.
so Kiwi, who smells the worst in real life? Tell us. You're on the spot now. You guys are
We're
fine.
fine.
Okay, good. It's probably Waza. Is Waza even here to defend his honor? I don't even know if he is.
Is that Wasabi?
And that is a fair point, Timmy. That is a fair point. I think because for some people, and on a more serious note, I think for some people, you get used to your own smell, right? And so I think that you may not realize that maybe you smell bad, and that could be valid. And so maybe having
Nose
someone
blindness.
that will give you the lowdown and tell you might be maybe it's a valid business model. But yeah, I don't know if I'd drop $150 for that info. I'm sure I could pay somebody $20 to tell me that.
Now, in this article, it also says that he bought a chromatography mass spectrometer for about $50,000.
Yeah, so they could do some sort of bioanalysis. I mean, I don't think I need a spectrometer to tell me that somebody smells bad. But that's just me.
All right.
That's why I got
Some
married.
people
She tells me I
can't
smell
stop
bad all the
it.
time at no charge. Yeah, that's called marriage. Welcome to the show, my friend. But yeah, I just thought that was interesting. Like, what a world we live in where people will spend $150 for somebody else to tell them that they smell bad. Now, I wonder, does he use his own product? Do we know?
I was just going to ask that. I was like, I wonder how this guy smells up on his.
I
his
am
little
very
soapbox,
curious. Very curious.
living in his glass house of stank.
The picture in the corner, which one? The one with the laptop?
Oh, this one of us brothers. This one down here.
Is there...
Also, welcome in, Doc.
Yeah, welcome in. Hey. All right, next story. Here we go.
Yeah,
This
next
one's
story.
cool.
Let's
This
do
one's
this.
very cool. I'm actually really interested to find out what you found out about this one.
This one is the reason why I suggested this segment to begin with, because I just really wanted to tell people about this one. So I found out, and this was like late January, early February. Asus, the computer company that does all the Republic of Gaming computers and all the high-end gaming stuff, and IKEA have collaborated to hopefully, fingers crossed, they use the word affordable in the title, and I'm hoping that's true, but make affordable gaming furniture. That, comes to stand-up desks, to chairs, to mounts, to monitors, to brackets, the whole 9 yards. They're looking at all of it. Right now, the market for that is currently just focused in China for this month and probably for the next couple, but they're hoping before the end of this year, sometime around October-ish, they're going to start looking at other markets internationally, depending on how well it goes in China. So I'm actually super excited for this because I have been looking at getting a new chair for a long time. And if it's affordable and it's IKEA and it's Asus, I mean, if I've got the dosh, I'm in.
Yeah, so it looks like the chair is about 999 yen. I don't know what the conversion rate is on that right now, but
I can look that up.
I want to say that that's good. That sounds like a good price, potentially. But I mean, yeah, one of the first things I did when I found out that I was going to be working from home almost indefinitely was I made sure that I got myself a good comfy chair because I spend as much time in this chair as I do in my own mattress. So
if this is correct, 999 yen is about $11 Canadian.
that can't be right. There's no way. $11 for a chair. There's no way.
$11.87 Canadian. That doesn't feel right.
Well, I guess we'll find out.
True.
6-1 back in 2013.
Does it come with decent instructions? I mean, I have a lot of IKEA things that have still lasted. I have some IKEA things that sadly have perished within their first year of being alive. I think it all just depends on the builder.
It's valid. It's a valid point. All right. Next one.
I'm excited for it, though. I'm excited.
Yeah, that looks very cool. All right, next one. Man arrested at O'Hare Airport after allegedly living there for 3 months because he was afraid to fly due to COVID-19.
I mean, I feel like there was a movie based around that, but it wasn't because of COVID.
Right?
With Tom Hanks and Catherine Zeta-Jones.
And that guy didn't even get arrested, really. Well, he kind of did, I guess.
He
kind of got arrested. But I just was like, wow, this is like real world version of the terminal. Yeah, so this guy got arrested. And he was there for 3 months. I mean, that's pretty wild to be able to... I mean, airports are open basically 24/7, so maybe it's not that crazy, but I suppose after a while, somebody was like, man, this guy's here a lot. And every time I see him, he looks even more and more homeless than the last time I saw him. Like,
I mean, my guess is they probably arrested him because he had the ID badge that he was using to get to places he wasn't supposed to be.
that's
Because
also
I feel like
valid.
just living in an airport for 3 months wouldn't be enough to like actually charge somebody for something.
Yeah, well, and Kiwi makes a good point too. I don't even want to be in an airport for a half an hour. Like, no thanks. My old job, I actually did a fair amount of travel, and I don't mind flying, but I do hate sitting around in the airport. It's the worst. It's honestly the worst.
Yeah, that's fair.
So,
Oh, did you see Frog's message about the Japanese versus Chinese yen?
oh, I did not. Oh,
So that could be it then, because it's in Chinese market first. So that makes a lot more sense, chat. That it's
Yeah, if it's the
probably
yuan.
in Chinese as opposed to Japanese currency.
yeah. So Chinese would be $200 Canadian. Okay, that makes more
That
sense.
makes a lot more sense.
Yeah. $12 for a chair just seems bananas.
I was gonna say.
Yeah, but I mean, then you can bank the rest of that money to find out whether or not you stink.
Right?
Yeah,
And Golden Girl, that probably was a Florida man.
he probably
Let's be
was.
honest.
Yeah. Timmy says this
Florida
guy would have
man in
lasted
Chicago.
longer too if he had paid the $150 to find out if he smelled bad.
Right?
Checks out.
Oh, man.
Checks out.
I don't mind airports if I know that I'm going to be there for a while. If it's like a delay or a cancellation or I'm stuck in there and I wasn't expecting to be, then yeah, I don't like staying in airports in any way, shape, or form.
Dude, tell me about it. So, 2 years ago, I was supposed to go to Vegas for a work conference, which was pretty cool. It was a cool conference, and I ended up being delayed in the airport for about 8-9 hours, and it was not great. And it's frustrating, right? I mean, especially when you're trying to get somewhere and you're just stuck in the airport. There's nothing you can do about it. It's invigorating. It's it's not invigorating. It's infuriating. Different N-word. I am struggling with my words
Hotel
today.
Spa.
Yeah.
We're both infuriating and invigorating.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's
Did
true.
they at
Rather
least-
be in the airport than on the squish plane. Like I've seen stories of that happening too, where people have just been like stuck on the tarmac for hours, and that is bananas.
I think sometimes as well, it also depends on who you're flying with. That can also make or break that experience of being delayed too. Because I've been delayed by airplane companies that are just like, oops, our bad, have fun for the next 8 hours. And then I've also been with airplane companies that are like, oops, our bad, here's some vouchers so that you have money on us to go and eat some food. Like, here, hang out in this like VIP lounge because that's our bad too. And like they actually go out of their way to be like, we're sorry, and not just like, hey, you know?
Yeah, yeah. I got $50 in like airline currency, where it's like, hey, the next time you fly with us, you can save $50. And I'm like, okay,
Cool. So the booking fee?
pretty much, yeah. So I can check another bag, maybe. All right, sounds good. But
So I can bribe the plane security so I can play Pogs in the back?
oh man, Pogs, I miss Pogs. Those were the
I
days.
miss Pogs.
All right, so here's the last one. Here we go. Brit haunted by terrifying dog man since childhood tells spooky cryptid sighting tale.
Yeah.
This is one that you found as
cryptids.
well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cryptids are very interesting.
I don't know if anybody in chat has any experience with cryptids in real life. When I say cryptids, what I'm referring to, if you're not familiar with the term, are not necessarily like urban tales or things like that, but more like unexplained creatures or circumstances or things like that, like Bigfoot, Loch Ness, in this case, Dog Man, like a bunch of other things, Slender Man.
Timmy's Slender Man.
I just read that. And there are things that not necessarily break the bounds of reality, but may not have a solid explanation to them. And I was just interested because I know with a lot of the games that have been coming out recently, from like Phasmophobia to In Silence to I know there's more than that. It seems like cryptid news has kind of been on the rise lately. And I found this article from I think it was like not even a week ago or so. But the very top video, I think, I don't know if it's an ad now, but when I first looked at this article, the Google Maps actually showed like this kind of weird looking dog man thing. It's kind of obviously somebody in like a mascot suit of some sort. But I thought
Maybe
it
it
looked
was
really
that.
cool.
Maybe it was that dude that rushed the Capitol building. Wasn't that guy wearing like a wolf hat or something?
the buffalo horn dude.
Yeah, that guy.
He looked like somebody from Fallout New Vegas.
Yeah, it checks out. Yeah, cryptids are interesting. Like, there's so many like wild and crazy stories, and we have some in Canada too, actually. Like
True.
Ogopogo is one.
Wendigo is Canadian too, is it not?
That I don't know.
Or at least to a degree. I
can't
could be
remember.
wrong.
Yeah,
I'm pretty
I'd
sure
have
the
to look it
Wendigo
up.
is Canadian.
that's possible, or
Actually,
close to. It might be close to the border. Like, because isn't Wendigo from like the
I was
Great
going to say,
Lakes
if
area?
Doc is in chat, she can verify that for me. Yeah, Doc
Wendigo's
Oxford
Canadian.
looked it up
Okay,
the
well
other
there you
day.
go. There you go. Yeah, because yeah, Chumbawamba.
Chumbawamba?
Yeah. I
So
neither
for-
confirm nor deny that story.
For those in chat who aren't aware of the Chumbawamba cryptid, when Casey and I were growing up, we used to tell our youngest sister that anytime that it rained and thunderstormed, that it was actually a giant baby with huge teeth that lived in the clouds, named Chumbawamba, and that Chumbawamba was angry, and well, it scared her pretty good. So Chumbawamba, the cryptid.
Yeah. There you go. You heard it here first, folks. Chumbawamba. Hide your kids, hide your wife.
I think the chupacabra is it's not Spanish. I think it's just straight up Mexican, is it not?
Chupacabra, yeah, is a Mexican
Central American?
folktale, yeah. Why was it crying? Did it get knocked down? Yes, but then it got back up
But then
again.
yeah, because
Yeah.
you can't ever keep it down.
It's also a huge fan of whiskey drinks and vodka drinks.
And lager drinks and cider drinks.
It likes to sing songs that remind you of the good times.
And if you listen closely in the wind, it will also sing you songs that it remind you of the better times. Better times. Johnny Boy.
Is it Johnny Boy or is it Danny Boy? I thought they said Danny Boy.
I think it's Danny Boy's.
Boy.
I think it's Johnny Boy. I think Danny Boy is a completely different song.
No, but I think it's
the
a-
pipes are calling.
But isn't it a reference to Danny Boy? I'm pretty sure they say Danny Boy.
If somebody in chat can verify that one, is it Johnny or Danny Boy? In any case, chocolate fingies.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I am
says
like
it's Danny? Okay, I could be wrong.
90% positive it's Danny Boy. That's
I thought
okay.
for some reason it was Johnny Boy.
Yeah. I always liked the Simpsons version where Homer's singing it and he says, I drink a whiskey drink, I drink a chocolate drink, and when I have to pee, I use a kitchen
Use
sink.
the kitchen sink.
Yeah. This fight is going to tear you guys apart. That's it.
You're
We're out
tearing
of
me
here.
apart.
It's the end of the show. We'll see you guys later. Yeah.
Okay, it's Danny Boy according to Google, says Timmy. All right. I don't know why I thought it was Johnny Boy.
Yeah. At night you'll hear him thumping your bathtub. Yeah.
Is that a Mandela? Is that the Mandela effect? Berenstain or Berenstain?
Oh. Or that movie that everyone seems to remember but doesn't actually exist, the one with Sinbad as a genie.
Sinbad being the genie? Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember it. I swear I remember that movie.
Supposedly it doesn't exist. I could have sworn I remembered seeing that movie too, but apparently that movie does not exist. There was one with Shaq.
Yeah, that's Shazam.
Yeah. Or was it Kazam?
Maybe it was Kazam. I
'Cause
think you're right. I think it's Kazam.
Because I think Shazam is the one that people thought existed, right?
Yeah, I
But
think you're right.
they're mixing up because Sinbad was all over the place in the 90s. He was in like every
Oh,
other
yeah.
movie. And then for some reason people thought he was a genie. I
could
mean,
have sworn he was.
it checks out. It seems like the kind of thing Sinbad would do. But
Okay, well, Berenstain or Berenstain?
yeah, that too. Yeah.
What's your take on that one?
That was another one where I was positive, 100% positive that it was written one way before and that now it's different.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't find any evidence. I've even gone back and looked at old books.
Because I used to think it was Berenstain Bears, not Berenstain.
Right.
I don't know. I can't remember what is the real one now.
I'd have to go upstairs and look. We have a bunch for our girls, but I don't know. I can't remember now. Yeah, Shaq was Kazam.
Was Kazam? Okay, cool.
Yeah,
Google
Berenstain.
says it's
Yeah,
Berenstain.
with an
See,
A.
I remember it being Berenstain Bears.
Yeah. It's crazy. Yeah, it's true. You know, we could have all been, you know, like Thanos snapped, and maybe we're all in some other multiverse where everything is wrong.
You know what had happened? I think it happened back in like 2006, 2007 when they had all like those rumors about the rapture happening.
Mm.
That's probably when our dimensions shifted.
It's very
I think that's
possible. Yeah. Or 2012 at the end of the Mayan calendar.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I mean,
forgot about
everything
that
just
one.
kind of went downhill after 2012, in my opinion. So, yeah.
Man, I miss 1997.
1997 was a fantastic year.
That was a fantastic
I
year.
was 10 years old. Jurassic Park.
Yep.
Anyways.
There
So
actually is a conspiracy theory about the Berenstain versus Berenstein. Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
We might have to save that for another episode then. I wouldn't mind talking about Mandela's in an episode at some point.
Those are very
'Cause
interesting. Like it's funny
I
to
feel like
me.
there's a lot we could dig into there.
Well, especially when you have a large segment of a community who is absolutely convinced that, you know, something was or was not a certain way. And I think it goes beyond, like, because you always get like random conspiracy theories, like, you know, like the flat earthers and stuff like that. And but I feel like this is a little bit different, right? Because you've got so many people that come from different backgrounds who have no connection to each other that are convinced that something, like you say, is a certain way, like the existence of a movie where Sinbad is a genie, or the spelling on Berenstain Bears. You know, it's crazy.
I know there's more than that too.
Oh, there's tons. There's tons. Yeah, Nelson Mandela's.
I just sent you a picture of Nelson Mandela, Casey.
You
In
did?
Discord.
Oh
Yes.
boy. Uh-oh. Should I be concerned? Oh my goodness.
It's a Nelson Mandela.
It's a Nelson Mandela. I don't know if I can share this. Hold on. I'll drop it in my Discord chat if anybody wants to
All
see
right.
it. Or if you want to drop it there. That is quite the tattoo. It's essentially Nelson Muntz from The Simpsons as a mandala. If you're familiar with mandala art. Anyways. Dr. Ram will drop it in the Discord there.
It'll happen. It'll happen.
Let me I'll throw a link to the Discord as well in case you're not already in there. I should really change that because it's not brand spanking new anymore. Now it's got a little bit of rust on it, but that's okay. Cool.
There you go. It's right general chat there, chat.
General chat. All right, so should we move on to the next segment? Are we done with the news? Do we want to get to what the people came for, which is to argue about Disney?
Oh, you betcha.
All right, let's do this thing. All right, so let me turn the news off and turn this one on,
All right.
and we'll get to
So, chat.
the main event.
Yeah. For those of you who were here the first episode, we did a tier ranking list of Disney princesses and heroines and titular female characters in a ranking list as to who would win in a battle royale. And we did say at the very end of that stream that we would be looking into flipping the tables a little bit, and I believe we have. You know, I have a strong feeling that we did. Casey, do you want to tell them what we're doing?
Absolutely. And for those who are here in the last episode, this probably won't be much of a surprise, but it was suggested that perhaps we take Disney villains and put them in a beauty contest. And so that's what we're going to do. We're going to basically treat this. If you remember the movie Miss Congeniality with Sandra Bullock, where she had to go through, like, what was it, the Miss America pageant, I believe?
I think it was Miss America.
I believe it was Miss America.
I
Or
can't remember
basically-
what state she represented, but I know it was Miss America.
What was she? Was she Idaho?
I'm not certain.
No, she wasn't Idaho. Which one was she? I don't remember. I'm sure someone in chat
Carolina?
knows. Yeah. If Gaston is an S, I'm going to throw a TK. She was New Jersey. That's right. She was New Jersey.
right.
Yeah.
Joyzy.
So we're going to do something similar here where it's not just about attractiveness. We're also
It's
looking
also
at
about talent.
about talent and how well spoken they might be. Because if you recall in Miss Congeniality, there was like the three what do you call them?
Segments,
Trials,
portions?
segments,
Yeah.
So like they had to give like the little speech, the little Q&A section. There's the swimsuit competition, which I'm very worried about for some of these people.
And then there was the talent segment.
Yzma in particular. I'm very worried about discussing Yzma and the bikini contest. Hoi.
Oh.
Yeah. And yeah,
How
so
many
that's
people would they murder if they lose?
yeah. So that's the criteria that we're going to use to rank all of our Disney villains is appearance, charisma, talent. Thank you, Timmy. That is a very apt way of putting it. And so should we get started?
Why not?
Let's do this. Okay, so first up we
I see a lot
have
of people in for Gaston already. We'll get to him.
first up we have Assistant Mayor Bellwether
Bellwether.
from Disney's Zootopia.
Yeah.
We already know how Dig and Hawk feels about sheep. I'm not sure if I should comment on that.
Now, what I want to point out first, before we start throwing things on this board, is how the tiers will, at least how they work in my head, or at least we'll get an idea for this. But for me, S tier would be like somebody that nails it in all three categories. A tier would be somebody that like nails it in maybe two of the three. B would be somebody that nails it in one of the three. C is like they're mediocre in all of them, and D is basically reserved for one of these villains in particular that I'm thinking of. But
I already know who exactly you want to put in D. I know who should belong in D.
We will get to that villain.
Yeah.
First off, we're looking at Mayor Bearweather. Oh my goodness!
We are on fire tonight.
Is I almost said Elon Musk? Is Elon Musk on this list?
Elon Musk. Oh my goodness.
Elon
Timmy gets it. Timmy gets it. Is it going to be the Toy Story kid? He seems D tier.
Don't spoil it. We'll get there.
Well, we should just get going then. Assistant Mayor Bellwether.
Yes, Bellwether. Okay, so charisma, or let's start with appearance. Okay, anthropomorphic sheep. I mean, there's nothing that's not cute about anthropomorphic sheep. Apparently, when it comes to Zootopia and people's love for just animals as people. Dig and Hawk says cute as F. Also important, the attraction versus visually pleasing. Yes, Timmy. Yes.
Now, Dr. Ram. Now,
True.
Dr. Ram.
Dr. Like saying my name
Ram.
as a point.
Are you attracted to this sheep?
That is a negatory. I am not attracted to sheep. That is a completely different subset of goat.
Timmy throwing shade at the Scots. Ooh. I don't know if I want to go there. I don't know if I want to touch that one.
But that said, I feel like there's probably some people that would find Mayor Bellwether not necessarily attractive, but visually appealing, like what Timmy the Spork has mentioned.
She's wonderful with a little mint jelly, says Digital Frog. We're not eating the contestants. That is not the purpose here.
Mint jelly is like A535 for sheep.
Oh my goodness. Don't eat A535, by the way.
Yes, please don't. Please don't. Or Tiger Balm.
Yeah.
I had a friend once that used my Tiger Balm thinking it was lip balm. That was not a good time.
Ooh.
That's another story for another time.
Ooh.
Anyways.
That would be bad.
Mutton wrong with that.
So where are you feeling, at least on, if we're talking swimsuit competition, where do we put the sheep lady?
I feel like she would make a good case for probably B tier.
Okay. So middle of the road.
She has the charisma. She has.
Does she though? She was pretty.
I mean, she fooled everybody right up until the very end when they had the evidence against her. It wasn't until there was like solid evidence against her that you were finally like, oh, she's the bad guy. You know,
that's fair. That's a valid point. And I was gonna say, because she was always very meek, very sheep-like, right? But
sheepish,
that was just,
some might say.
Yeah, that was kind of her shtick, right? She was hamming it up. Oh man. Okay, no, I can respect that. And then so we're getting B's a lot here in chat as well.
Yeah, I'm feeling like B.
Feeling like B. Okay.
I'm feeling like B.
Pretty middle of the road on all three categories. Okay. So
B for Ba.
we'll go with B, we'll go with B for now.
She was
My
bad.
my boy Chernabog.
Oh, Chernabog.
Chernabog. Honestly, and I don't even know if you can really consider him a Disney villain per se. He seems kind of villainous, very demonish. But he just wanted to have a party.
True.
He's from
just wanted to
Fantasia, for
get-
those of you who are not familiar.
He wanted to get his greasy spoons together for a little midnight bash, you know?
B for
Little-
Bob. That's good. That's good. Yeah. But yeah, like he's just a chill dude looking to have a chill party with his ghost buddies. So I think in the talent aspect, he's got talent. I mean,
He's got talent. If he's summoning all of these ghosts, spirits, cryptids, that kind of stuff, and they're all just like, yeah, cool, let's go to that guy's house. I mean, he's obviously got some, you know, talent, some charisma to him.
Yeah,
you
and
know?
he is totally
He's
ripped. Pace
ripped.
Miles. He's absolutely jacked.
Chernabog is made of carved alabaster, and anyone who says otherwise can fight me.
Yeah, he's hot, figuratively and literally. So
I would say Chernabog. I would say that's S tier. I think
But-
we've got an S tier right out the gate.
but the charisma factor. We
Okay,
don't get it.
that's
We
true.
don't get a chance to see too much of the charisma factor. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love Chernabog, and I would love to see him in S tier. But Timmy, he never says a word.
Some people have presence without needing to say anything.
Fair. That's fair.
And I mean, the fact that he summons all of these you know, ghosts and goblins and who's its and what's its, and they all actually show up, as opposed to just like, you know, texting last minute and being like, hey, sorry, something came up, I can't make it, don't want to, you know.
But do they have a
Just
choice?
saying.
But do they have a choice? Is it their choice? Or
Is it ever
he-
implied there wasn't one?
It's not.
I'm just saying.
That's valid. I don't know. I personally feel, and again, I'm a Chernabog fan. I love Chernabog, but I don't know if I
Alright.
can go so far as S with him. I think he falls in A tier for me.
If he's A tier, we'll do high A.
Okay.
If he's A tier, I'm okay with a high A. I'm just saying, dude's ripped.
He is pretty jacked. And again, like these are not stuck where we put them, right? I mean, as we saw last time, we do a little moving around, a little massaging. But does he have legs? He does. He does have legs.
It's true.
I think.
All I'm saying is that when the waiter shows up to your table because you ordered spaghetti and he's like, you want some Parmesan? And you're like, yep. And he pulls out Chernabog from the back and just rubs a thing of Parmesan on his chest and just grates it onto your plate. That's saying something.
Look at my abs. You can grate cheese on them. Oh man. Oh, I'm so excited. You heard the rumor, right? Sorry to like go on a
That they're
complete
making
tangent
season
here.
2?
Yeah, that they're gonna
Oh,
make
yeah,
another
yeah.
season of Clone High. I really hope that happens. But anyways,
Clone High. 2 seasons in a movie.
straight A. S is for all three criteria. I do feel like Chernabog personally fits in A tier.
That's fair.
But again, as we move through these, because I do kind of like to
We've
have like a
shuffled
nice little
before.
staircase at the bottom. So we've got a couple in S, a few more in A, even more in B, and as we move down the list.
True.
Anyways,
Hard to strut your stuff without legs. Also true. Also
mm-hmm.
true.
he salt bays with Chernabog's chest. Oh my goodness. Okay, we got to move on. A little hot and bothered here. All right, Clayton from Tarzan.
Ooh. I mean,
He's also jacked. This dude is in
He's
very good
jacked.
physical condition. So I feel like swimsuit competition, this guy is going to get some pretty good marks.
yeah, but I'm with Moon on this one. No charisma.
Yeah.
No
Absolute.
charisma.
That
You
said,
put this guy on stage with a paper bag filled with elephant dung, and I would not be able to pick out which one had a better stage presence.
yeah.
saying.
Talent though, I mean, he's a very good hunter, very good. If he was doing like shooting as his talent, I think he would do
Fair.
quite well. So yeah, he's Gaston without the accent.
And without the ladies.
That's very true. Yeah. Cause he can't even get Jane to like him.
Nope.
So yeah,
I don't think anybody likes him.
I feel like he's probably low A. I personally, I mean, he's got 2 of the 3.
Fair. Okay. Yeah, he'd be low A for me because I'm seeing and this is again, it's something that came up before. Now you got to put him in the same tier log as Chernabog, and I'm just saying, My boy Bog. My just you can't
Churney.
just throw him an A. Just throw him an A.
Okay.
Just low A him though. Anybody else an A goes in front of him. I don't
Okay.
like Clayton.
Okay. That's fair. That's fair. Yeah, low way works for me. Yeah, he's a good Bob. He's a piece of work. Absolutely.
He's dental floss that breaks too early. That's what he
Yeah,
is.
he does lead people, but doesn't he also pay the crew? They're not there because of his charisma. They're there because he's paying them money to be there, right? They're
hope.
there for the glory. Digging Hawk S tier. I don't know, man. I don't know. We'll see how this goes. Yeah.
Rush says he does have charisma, but just not for the setting he was in.
That's fair.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's fair too.
He does have nice teeth for that
Still
era
don't
of
like
England. They're not made of wood, so that's good, I guess. All right.
Dr. Facilier.
Dr. Facilier from Princess and the Frog.
He's suave.
He is very suave. Kind of got that arcane thing going as well, right? So definitely has some talent. I don't think that he's unattractive. He's not nearly as jacked as some of the other people on here. Definitely not as jacked as Chernabog or Clayton. But
He reminds me of the man.
what man?
The man with the power.
What power?
The power of voodoo.
Hoodoo.
You do.
Do what?
Remind me of the man.
I think it's the babe.
I just need
but
to get that out.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the actual song, like, and not Jump Magic Jump, but there's one that particular, there's an older song that's older than that was those lyrics. But
Rocky says she's not sure she wants to see him in a Speedo.
oh, no.
Yeah, that's fair.
No.
That's fair.
Look wise, he's very slim. He's one of those people that if you saw walking in like a New Orleans heavy windstorm, you would be afraid that he would just bend in half. I'm just saying. And I don't need to
valid.
see anybody bend in half suddenly wearing a Speedo.
Maybe that's his talent. I'm being very
not his
judgmental
talent.
right now.
I am.
That's
That's what this ranking list is about. If you're not judgmental,
I was just gonna
what are
say.
we doing here?
Okay. So where do we feel? Where do we feel then? So I would agree. Yeah, he's maybe lacking a little bit in the athleticism department. Do we? So I saw a couple people say A, a couple people say B. So Decimoon says I'd say above sheep but not A. So maybe high B. High B says Digital
I would
Frog.
be okay with high B. I'd be okay with high B.
Are we feeling high B, chat?
Are we high B? High B ho.
High B? Okay, we got a couple high Bs. High B sounds good. All right, high B
High
it
B?
is.
High B it is.
All right. Next up, the butler. I can't remember. What's the butler's name? Do you remember the butler's name from Lady and the Tramp? Or no.
Edgar?
Is it Lady and the Tramp or is this Aristocats?
That's Aristocats.
This is Aristocats.
Yes. I wanna say his name is
D.
Edgar.
That sounds right. Edgar, yeah. Yeah, I don't even know if there's even a discussion to be had here.
No.
No charisma.
He's got no skill. Yeah. we're both just about to just trample into this guy.
Just an ugly fellow. Through and through. No charisma, no talent. He can't even properly murder a group of cats. Yeah, I think he goes D. I think he goes D.
100% D. That's not even a question for me. Edgar is just. You ever watch Power Rangers, the one where they have to fight Ivan Ooze?
He's not Ivan Ooze. Yzma.
Yzma
is
Ivan Ooze.
Yzma, if anyone on this list, is Ivan Ooze.
I don't know.
Can make a mean soup for the cats, though. Yeah, Timmy. But how would he look in a bikini? Oh, that goes straight to D for me.
Pace Miles, I would argue that the soup that he makes is very forgettable, if you catch my drift.
You trying to say that he roofied the cats?
Oh, that is exactly what he does in Aristocats.
Oh man. All
But
right.
yeah, straight to D. He
Straight
goes straight to D.
Straight to D. All right. Next up, Evil Queen from Snow White. This
Now,
one
this
is tricky.
Yeah, because I had to combine both of the Evil Queen's forms when I made the picture for this ranking list. Because I feel like, and maybe it's not equal, maybe my memory just assumes that it was, but I feel like she spends almost about an equal amount of time in the movie as both the Evil Queen as well as the old hag.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have to consider both of those.
And the thing
For each of the
is,
three
the thing
categories.
is, the old hag was a costume, right? Essentially,
True.
she.
But is a swimsuit not just a costume as well?
It is, but the argument that I'm making here is that that's almost her talent.
Cosplay.
Stage makeup, right?
Fair.
So that's pretty good talent. Just saying.
That's pretty. I mean, she's also magical, and she knows alchemy because she knows how to poison the apples. You know,
The
But she's
charisma
got
piece.
a lot of talent to her.
The charisma piece, I think, is tricky.
Respect the stage makeup.
The charisma piece, I think, is where she will dip a little bit. And to be fair, that's going to be the case, I think, for a lot of these. So I think we do have to take that a little bit with a grain of salt. Oh, she's an apple genius. Get out of here.
Get out.
Get there.
Just go.
But, and it's been brought up a couple of times. She was, not the fairest in the land, but the second fairest. That's pretty good. Being the second
pretty dang
fairest.
good.
That's pretty dang good.
That's
Just
pretty
saying.
good. That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
She couldn't even get her henchman to kill Snowy. So, I mean, she's got that going for her.
Like, I would say she's got a solid 2 out of 3.
Okay. And the talent one, I mean, aside from like dressing up, right, and some of the witchcrafty stuff, I don't know. I don't know where she would fit. I feel like she probably sits in A tier.
I feel like she sits in A tier. I feel like
Perhaps
she sits,
above Clayton.
I almost flubbed that word. She sits in A tier.
Sits
Yes,
in.
she sits in A tier.
Very careful how you say that. I was born on a pirate ship.
Tier pressure.
Yeah. Okay, but where does she sit in A tier? I almost feel like I would almost even put her even above Chernobog. Potentially. I think she does for sure sit above Clayton.
Oh, I know she sits above Clayton.
Yeah.
Comparatively, summoning an entire army versus
Of the
dressing up
undead.
as someone else.
Okay.
I feel like she goes in the middle.
Okay.
I feel like she's middle of what we have in A tier right now.
How are we feeling on that, chat? Would you agree? Sandwich her in a very platonic way between Chernobog and Clayton. She's second fairest in the land means that she was the most fair of the villains. That is true,
Between
but
a
that's
rock
only
and a dumb face.
But that's only one of the 3 criteria that we're looking at.
And yes, Timmy, that's exactly what was going through my head. I just didn't want to repeat it.
So are we feeling right here? Does that sit well with everyone?
I'm feeling right there. I don't know about chat, or I don't know about you, but that's where I'm feeling.
Okay.
Rocky says yes. Hawk says good. It's getting freaky. Moon says it's acceptable.
We're getting through this like way better than we did last time, and I think it's because
I
TK
know,
is not here.
TK had words about everything.
It's
that
very
we-
true.
we
He's just
rant.
stirring everything up. No.
TK, if you're still here lingering, we do
We love you. We love you, TK. Watch, he's gonna show up now and start, getting angry about Ariel again.
Right.
All right, next one, Frollo from Hunchback of Notre Dame. What are we
Count
feeling on Frollo?
So, what does it take to be a count in France? Like,
You got
I'm
born
assuming
rich?
There's got to be. Is it just your heritage? Is that it?
I'm
There's
pretty
no
sure.
other talent portion of that, because I
It's-
had that question when I was building this,
Yeah.
and I'm not trying to argue for the guy. He's a piece of scum. He's trash. I don't like
a
him.
lot of these
but,
guys are. Yeah.
Sometimes you got to recognize.
Where are we thinking? Honestly, I am totally cool with putting him in D.
That's where my gut wants to put him.
Potentially low C. I could see the argument for low C Rockety. He definitely goes above
attractive.
Edgar. Definitely goes above. Definitely
yeah.
goes above Edgar. But yeah, he's not attractive. So swimsuit competition, he's out.
Now that he keeps saying Edgar, all I can think of is that bug from Men in Black.
Edgar, sir. Yeah, Vincent D'Onofrio. Man, that guy knows how to act.
That guy knows how to act.
Um,
Speaking of, I guess he's actually technically now a Disney villain too, because he voiced Kingpin. Or
not
he
just
was
not just
Kingpin,
voice.
sorry,
He was
in
he was
Daredevil.
Kingpin. Yeah.
So technically, I'm just saying.
Keeps expecting you to say Edgar Allan Poe. I mean, probably not the most attractive person either, but if Hades or Gaston doesn't win, I don't want it. Just have to
Never
wait
more
and see.
Timmy.
You'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, I'm okay with D
D?
tier for Frollo, but definitely above Edgar.
Yeah, I would agree. I think this seems good, right?
I'm with
Hades
it.
so nummy. I mean, look at those teeth. What a smile.
Which brings us to our first hotly, not even really necessarily debated villain.
Yes, I think stonks to the moon on Gaston, right? Mm-hmm. Where my diamond
He's
hands
basically
at?
the Dogecoin of villains when it comes to most of what we're judging right now.
This guy was stock. He'd be GameStop stock.
Especially when he crashed at the end of the movie.
Yeah. So I mean, looks obviously, as far as Disney villains go, gonna be right up at the top.
I would say S. I would say S. I'm feeling chat with this one.
Yeah.
Showmaster says D because he's got that big D energy. Oh Yikes!
Right. And Timmy, I mean, who else can expectorate like Gaston?
He's especially good at it.
Yeah. He is especially good at it.
The amount of eggs this man eats without chewing is impressive.
See,
It's like he got like baby birded right in the mouth with egg and just takes it.
Rockety says he has no charisma, but he does though. He does. He does. It's one of those
Everybody in
situations
town
where
loves him, with the exception of Belle.
it's like he's sexy and he knows it, right? That's the problem. Is he's very conceited, but that doesn't mean that he doesn't have charisma. Everyone wants to be Gaston. Everyone wants to be around Gaston, with the exception of Belle. Belle is literally the only person. And it's not even so much that she doesn't want to be around with him. It's not even that she doesn't even want to be around him. She just doesn't want to date him, right?
And that's when he goes off.
Yeah, that's true. He's very unhinged. Don't get me wrong. He's basically like the Rock of the Disney villains, right?
It's true.
Just eats tons of eggs, super swole, and a personality larger than life.
Sometimes even 5 dozen eggs.
Yeah. Sometimes even 5 dozen eggs. Buy somebody single-handedly drives up the price of eggs. I didn't even put 2 and 2 together on that one.
I mean, it's true.
I think he should be exclamation mark tier.
I don't think we have
That's
that tier.
Oh, A tier.
A tier.
I was like, that's not a tier. I don't know. I think we have to put Gaston in S tier. I mean, if he's not
like
S tier,
S-tier?
who is?
And in most of chat, I think with the exception of Rockety, is clamoring for S tier. And hey, JF Raptor, how you doing today?
Hey, JF Raptor fan, how's it going? We are now judging Disney villains on whether or not they would win like a Miss America contest.
Well, Rockety's the upset one this time. We knew it was going to happen at some point.
Rockety's the new TK.
Rockety, we are sorry.
I think there's going to be fires in chat if we put him anywhere but S tier.
We could put this to a poll and easily S would win. Easily S would have it in the bag.
I would love to see that poll where it's like 17 votes for S and 1 vote for A. I'm sorry.
We have to be as and actually we didn't mention this at the start. We know that there is a larger list of Disney villains out there. We narrowed it down to 30 because we feel like 30 is a nice, wholesome, very, very time friendly number, manageable number for us to get through. And in looking through these 30 villains, we have to be as stepped back from our own biases as much as we possibly can, and looking at it from not necessarily, not necessarily an independent point of view as I belch into the microphone, professional streamer, but just from a perspective of like third party, just at first glance kind of thing, like you got to give them the benefit of the doubt sometimes. And I feel like in this case, Gaston has earned that in spades. So
Yeah.
that's where we're coming from with that.
And JF Raptor fan, to answer your question, so Miss America, so the Miss America pageant typically is broken down into 3 main categories, and that's kind of the categories that we're using to evaluate the criteria and evaluate each of these Disney villains, being charisma. So, what's their ability to like talk and influence others, and just that sense of this is a cool person. Their attractiveness, so stuff like a swimsuit competition you often see in beauty pageants,
or whether they're even just visually appealing to begin with.
Yeah. And then talent. Do they have any kind of talent of some sort that makes them a special person?
And that could be anything from hunting to witchcraft to...
In this context, yes. I don't think you normally see hunting and witchcraft in the Miss America pageant. Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Rocky wants Yzma at S tier. Oh my goodness.
Attitude.
Yeah. Oh boy. But okay.
But yeah, that's where we're coming from.
Gaston, S tier. Gotta move on. Mother Gothel.
Mother Gothel.
And I know if Stella Luna was here, she'd have some very choice words about Mother Gothel.
Oh, we both know she would. With the amount of words that she had about Rapunzel last episode.
She got real fired up about Rapunzel.
Whoo.
Yeah.
She's going to burn a hole in chat up there with TK.
So Mother Gothel, I would say that she's not unattractive, but not attractive either. I feel like she's going to be pretty middle of the road. I don't think she's like as ugly as some of the other people you might find on this list.
Now, here's the question I have. Hold on. Before we move away from the attractive portion of this, she's only attractive because of the magic she got from Rapunzel's hair. The moment that wears off, she old. She frail and old.
That's
like
fair.
Inside. So are we judging Mother Gothel based on her looks prior to losing that magic or post losing the magic?
Yeah, well, Tammy brings up a good point. She would make sure that she had that magic ready before entering a contest.
Okay, I will give her that then.
Talent. I mean, she's got magic. That's kind of cool.
But it's not her magic.
That's true.
It's Rapunzel's hair that's magic. She just sings the song that anybody could legitimately sing.
That's true. But how does the song come about?
Building that tower.
Yeah. I mean, it's not the most structurally sound tower, mind you, but
true, but it lasted for, however long Rapunzel was basically alive and living for until the end of the movie.
Pretty sure Mike Holmes would have some words.
15, 16 years? I don't know how old Rapunzel is.
Rockety says C tier.
I'm kind of with Rockety on this one. I'm thinking C.
You think C? I think
I'm thinking C.
I feel like she's low to mid B personally, but I can see the argument for C. Should we throw this one in a poll?
We might need to poll this one. I feel like she's probably C, but I feel like a poll would be a better representation.
Okay, we're gonna poll this one. So I'm gonna throw a poll up in chat here really quickly here. And
Mother
you guys,
Gothel, first poll of the night.
It would be great if I could spell. So I'll put all the ranks in here, and you guys can vote and let us know. So you get 1 minute to vote. The poll should be up now.
Sorry, just read Doc's comment.
It has old people gunk in her teeth.
How long has that been there?
Oh my goodness. This is insane.
I'm not voting. I'm just clicking on the poll to see the results here.
Yeah,
only one person's voted. People, we're halfway through, and only one person's voted. Get in there. Get in the gosh darn. Thank you.
So we've got B. Oh, did I wrote D on there twice? Did I write D twice? I think I wrote D twice.
You did write D twice. Yeah. We have
hold on.
S, A, B, D, and D.
Crap. Hold on. I gotta fix this poll. Hold on. What a bonehead. I don't know how that happened. Let me check.
That poll had some double D's on it.
We. Which D do I vote for? The one D or the other D? All right, let's try this again.
Doc is
Oh.
upset that Dr. Facilier is in B tier.
I assume by the first D you meant C, but then the problem is it flips them as you start voting, so other people see different things. Okay, so here we go. Now it's up there. Now we've got all the correct ones. You can go
Doc,
back in.
if
and
it
vote.
helps, he's high B tier and first in line to move to A tier if we need to shuffle things around.
Yeah, yeah.
I understand that he's en français, but we will be leveling things out as the list goes on.
If it makes you feel better, I kind of felt like he was low A.
I mean, I'm okay with him being low A. I mean, like we said, he's got the talent and the charisma. I don't know why we put him in B tier, actually, to be honest.
Probably because we needed to put people in B tier. Like again, like I say, as we get more people in here, we'll shuffle these. I definitely don't think he's S tier though. You guys are trash. I'm not even gonna say it. All right.
It was bound to happen.
So the C's have it. The C's have it.
All right.
We have our first
see
C
it.
tier contestant in Mother Gothel.
Rude. Says it was too skinny. Yeah, so it was just the that category, Hawk. That skinniest. Okay.
All right. Next up, Governor John Ratcliffe,
Governor
Pocahontas.
John Ratcliffe.
What are we feeling? I hate it here.
I mean, the dude's got rat in his name.
Well, you can't judge people on their names.
I know, but I want to. I'm just saying. Okay, so he comes off to me as somebody who didn't get his position solely based on heritage. Something about this guy screams like, I want to fight. He probably earned it through some form of battle or war or some proving of some sort.
Sure.
So I don't want to say the dude is talentless.
Sorry, I just read Timmy's comment.
Imagine everybody in the speedo.
You wouldn't be able to see it.
I don't want to picture that.
I feel
really don't.
feel like he's D tier. Like my first gut, and I'm with chat here. I feel like he's going to be above Frollo. He's going to be above Edgar, but I feel like this man is D tier. I could see maybe an argument for low C tier.
I would say low C tier, and my argument for that, and going off of what I've already mentioned, is everybody else on his crew follows him like no questions asked, with the exception of John Smith, of course. But like he definitely commands an audience. He has a certain type of charisma to him that, you know, it's maybe not everybody's palate, but it's obviously some folks' palate.
Yeah.
And when it came time at the start to actually, you know, dig, he was in there digging first. He was, you know, leading by example, and then let everybody else obviously take it from there. But again, that's his charisma being like, hey, you know, look what I can do. Okay, now it's your turn. And then he just, you know, does whatever everywhere else.
I will give him that. He is able to stir up a mob pretty good. He's probably got some talent. Definitely not attractive.
No, not in any sense of the word, for sure.
So that's where I'm feeling like he's
I
probably
feel like low
C
C.
tier.
I would say low C.
Yeah, I think that's where we put him. I think he goes C tier.
He ate his opponent? What? Where?
Wait, what? Wait, did that actually happen? I mean, it's been a while since they've seen Pocahontas.
Did he eat someone? I don't remember him eating anybody.
Oh yeah, because basic white boys are so hard to rile up. I mean, that's valid. It's not like they didn't want it. He never ate anyone.
Okay.
Okay. The dog was prettier.
The dog is always prettier.
What was the dog's name?
That's
Percy?
Percy.
Is that the dog's name?
I think so, yeah.
It's been a while. I have not seen Pocahontas in many moons.
Frog. You never anybody that we know of.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Hades. I know people are already saying S tier for Hades.
I mean, easily S tier, just kind of on the charisma alone. And
it is pretty smooth talker.
Going through the list, he's a smooth talker. Physically, technically, he is still an Olympian god, even though he doesn't live on Mount Olympus. So your boy's chiseled underneath of all of that.
Yeah.
Um,
And he's
again,
literally on fire. That's
yeah, he's hot.
yeah.
And
That's-
then what's the last? Talent.
Talent.
I mean, he literally runs the underworld. If that doesn't take some modicum of talent, I don't know what does.
Yeah.
And like he schmoozes the three fates, which are not easy to schmooze because they literally control fate and they will bend fate to his will.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I would agree.
You know?
I feel like he's a great candidate for S tier. Where do we sit him in relationship to
Gaston.
to Gaston? Does he rank higher or lower than Gaston?
Based on their skill set alone, I would say he's probably higher than Gaston.
Okay. Diggin Hawk says lower.
Hawk's
Timmy
saying
says lower. Okay.
Timmy says lower. All right. Crate says above.
Crate's above. Also, Crate, welcome in.
Chillmaster says above. We might have to pull this one too.
Let's do it. Let's pull this one. Okay. Pull time. So the new poll.
I'm saying above. I'm saying above for me. But I'm seeing it flipped a lot of different ways right now. With higher seemingly being the higher of the two.
All right.
But I mean,
Poll
that's
is
what
up.
the poll's going to do. Poll's up.
Poll is up. You tell us, does Hades go above or below Gaston in S tier?
And coming up to the poll, ladies and gentlemen and everyone, we have Hades.
He is very smooth, Doc Awkward. Very, very, very smooth.
Very smooth.
Smooth jazz.
Hades 101.5. Smooth, monotonous jams that get inside your head and make you less alert.
Right now, the poll is split in half. Oh no, we now have
Ooh,
one more
dang.
vote for.
Really?
Oh, we got a couple
I
more
gotta
for
look at this
above.
poll.
We got a couple more for
There it
above
is.
now.
There it is. There it is.
The aboves
Get
are
some.
taking it.
Get some.
He's got Meg wrapped around his finger. I mean, not really by choice.
I think that's why fingers was in quotes.
Yeah.
I guess it would be more wrapped around his finger. Contractually speaking.
Isn't that like a Friends episode where he just keeps doing air quotes?
I don't know.
All right. The poll is finished. The people have spoken. Hades is going above Gaston.
The man from below takes the most above spot we have.
And the last shall be first. All right. Suck it, says Doc Awkward. But we might have another contender here. Hans from Frozen.
Hans.
This guy was a sleeper. You thought
Nuts
that he
to
was
this dude.
You thought this guy was like super chill in the movie. You don't realize he's even a villain until like the very end.
It's true.
Probably doesn't have a lot of talent. That's a very good point, Timmy. But I think in the charisma scale, this dude is going to be like head and shoulders, I think, above most of these people that we're looking at.
It's true. If he were a 90s, early 2000s television show, he would have been Nikita because he was that undercover. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
You think he's a scraggly little pea? Oh, I see now. I see. I was like, how do
He
you
gets
know about his
punched
scraggly
out
little
by
pea?
Honor. He sucks. I'm
I mean,
not
he does.
debating that he sucks.
He
But
obviously has no talent.
yeah, so talent he's going to
That's
drop.
not in question. He's a
Charisma,
whip.
charisma. I think that he does rank high for charisma because he was able to fool a lot of people, and was very smooth. Very, I mean, he basically got a girl he just met to want to marry him, like that day, right?
It's true.
So there's that. He's not unattractive. So, I mean, yeah,
Now-
I think he's got two of the three pretty solid.
Either you or chat might have to remind me of this. Did Elsa fall for him before they talked? Like, was it one of those like love at first sight moments where she was like, she fell in love with him just by looking at him?
I don't think so.
Because I mean, it makes a pretty good case, and even just on the picture alone, he's a very well dressed gentleman.
Yeah, I
for-
don't
for
think it
his
was.
time.
I don't think it was one of those situations where she saw him across the room and started swooning.
Yeah.
I think that didn't they bump into each other, and then they started eating each other's sandwiches. Yeah, Timmy. Yeah, They
I'm
ran
trying
into
to
each
reach
other
out.
and
I'm
fell
trying.
into a boat and instantly fell in love. Yeah. So they bumped into each other. It was kind of like love at first bump rather than
So
like love
I'm-
at first sight.
I mean, from the charisma and from the looks department, I mean, he's kind of got both of those, but definitely no talent. 100%. He's a no talent for me.
Timmy likes that. Love at first bump. Yeah, so
So she fell into his boar. What's a
Wait,
boar?
his
Golden
boar?
Girl? I don't remember there being a boar in Frozen.
he sword fights and captures Elsa.
Okay. Well, I mean, that's a thing.
Okay.
It's no talent though. Just saying.
Well, I mean, we told other people that they had talent because they could fight good, like Gaston, or not Gaston. Well, Gaston, yes, and Clayton.
I want to put, and Doc's comment has kind of pushed me over the edge on this one. I would be okay if we bump Dr. Facilier up to A tier and we replace his top B with Hans.
I don't know that Hans is anything lower than A, personally. I feel like he's A. If we have Clayton in A, I feel like Hans is above Clayton.
Well, I didn't even want Clayton in A to begin with. Clayton could see for all I care.
Do we need to? We can pull chat again. We can pull chat.
They're gonna put him in A, and I don't want him there. I'm trying to be.
He's a scumbag. Don't get me wrong. He's an absolute scumbag. I totally
know.
get that. I hate him, but I gotta
And
give him.
everything-
I gotta give credit where credit is due, and I do feel like he should be credited with A.
Can we move Dr. Facilier up to A though? I've been feeling bad about putting him in B since we put him in B.
Let's finish Hans first.
Okay.
I'm gonna drop a poll. I'm gonna drop a poll for Hans,
Okay, please do.
and I made sure that I only put one D in there this time.
Nobody's gonna pick it. I haven't seen a single D in chat for Hans yet.
I feel like he's A. He's. I mean, no.
There's a D.
You know whose that is?
Somebody did that just to spite me.
I'm pretty sure that's Doc Ockweirds.
Probably.
And again, this is me. I feel like
the D for Anna. Oh,
I feel like personally he goes. Again, this is me personally. I feel like he goes in between the Evil Queen and Clayton. In A tier.
Clayton's. Nobody's going to be behind Clayton for me. If he's staying in A, nobody's going to be behind Clayton. Dude is scum.
Yeah. Got a few seconds left. A looks like it is got not a huge lead, but it is winning so far. Looks like it's probably going to be A.
I think it's going to be A.
I think it's going to be A. It is A. It is A.
Which one of you said S? Doc types it at the same time I said it too. All right, well he's A then.
And put him just
he's
above
gotta be in
Clayton?
front of Clayton. Yeah,
I feel like that's where he belongs.
yeah. I don't. Can we put our Facilier, please? Okay.
Weren't you the one that told me he goes in B?
No,
You were.
I said
You were
he
the
was
one.
low A or high B.
Well, someone want to go
Clip
back
it.
and watch the VOD. Someone go back and watch the
I
VOD.
probably did say B.
I'm
but
pretty
I think
sure
I
you
forgot.
said. I'm pretty sure you said B for Facilier.
I
I wanted to
probably
put him in
did.
A. Yeah.
Let's put him in A. Can we put him in A now? I feel bad. I done him wrong.
Okay. Where does he fit though in A? Does he fit above Hans?
I feel like he would fit above Hans.
I feel like he's definitely sits above Hans. I don't know if he goes above Evil Queen.
Yeah.
And move Clayton down to top end B maybe.
Yeah.
Come
Yeah.
on. There we go.
I don't like him.
Yeah. Yeah, he's got some solid dance moves. 100%. See, I'm right there with you, Doc Facilier. Now, I don't think Doc Facilier, Doc Awkward. I'm right there with you. Except that I don't know that I would consider him S tier. But I do
Chat's telling us to put him behind Hans.
Did you guys put a sheep at B?
It's a Disney villain.
It's not.
all right,
It's not
Doc?
just the attractiveness.
There's a
portion.
grasshopper and a tiger in this too. All right,
And a
a
lion.
giant lobster.
And a weird octopus lady.
Talk to Disney.
And
Don't
whatever the heck
Rule
Oogie Boogie
34
is, isn't
here.
he a burlap sack full of worms? Technically. Anyways, well, let's move on for now. We can
Doc,
come
I
back.
already know how
we
you
can
feel about the crab.
we can
It's
we can
okay.
make some fine tuning adjustments at the end, but we'll get to that. Timmy,
Have a
yeah,
good night,
thanks for
Timmy.
stopping in, Timmy. Quickly express that Randy should be an S. Randy? Which one's Randy?
Randall from
Oh,
Monsters, Inc.
Randall. Okay. Gotcha. I was like, are you confusing Sid from Toy Story? Got you. Randall should be.
I need a
an
shush.
S.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, have a great
All
night,
right.
Timmy. Thank you for stopping in. We'll catch you again. Yeah, I'll post the
Stay
final
awesome.
results in the Discord for sure. All right.
Hopper. And
Hopper.
not Dennis Hopper. Rest his soul.
This guy can't be anything higher than C. There's no way. I mean, he's not attractive at all. He's literally a grasshopper. I don't think that he's really charismatic. The people are only
No.
follow him because they're afraid he's going to kill him.
Yeah. But he knows how to fight.
He is a fighter. He's really good at snapping his fingers. So if that's a thing, if you consider that a talent, I don't know. I feel like I feel like D tier personally.
I feel like D tier, but in front of Edgar.
Because screw that guy.
Because screw Edgar. Edgar's
You hear
a
that?
worm.
You hear that,
all right?
Edgar? You're less appealing than a locust.
Edgar, I wouldn't feed you the crusty remains of the gum off of the bottom of a Boston pizza table if you came to my house. Hopper would at least get that much.
Rockety says C. Digital Frog says D. Doc Awkward says D. Personally, I feel D.
I mean, you could put him in C if you consider like eating him, because I know some people eat grasshoppers, and I guess he's tasty in that respect.
In that case, Tamatoa is going in S because I love crab. If that is the basis of comparison, then all of the human characters are D because I am not a freaking cannibal, and the crab is the only one. Actually, no. Him and Ursula would be an S tier because I
So
do
what's your
also
talent?
enjoy octopus.
Eat me.
Yeah.
But yes, above Edgar. I'm just
Yeah.
saying. D tier above Edgar.
D tier above Edgar. How are we feeling, chat? D tier above Edgar. I feel like that's okay. I feel like yes, what
Soylent
green. Yeah. Yeah, I think this is a good spot for Hopper.
All right.
Captain Hook.
Captain James Hook.
Pretty suave dude. Pretty suave.
He's got the suave.
Especially, and again, I guess this is something that we need to chat about too, because this did come up last time when we were talking about Disney. Do we just
what
take
iteration?
exactly? Because if I'm thinking the movie Hook with Robin Williams and Dustin Hoffman,
Dustin Hoffman.
that he was a very sexy Captain Hook. I'm just saying, very handsome
And
dude,
classy.
very classy, the classiest. So I feel like Captain Hook ranks pretty high. He's definitely
Now-
got talent. He's a very seasoned sword fighter. He's got style. He's not a butterface.
He
But yes,
obviously
we
takes care of
are
himself.
doing the Peter Pan Hook. We're not doing Hook. But that's why I had to mention that, right? Is some of these characters may appear in multiple iterations of a film where they're portrayed slightly differently. And so we do have to stick with a very specific iteration.
But like you know the dude has a morning regimen with a mustache like that. You like he takes care of himself. You know he does.
Yeah, he
And-
was a-
and, like
Yeah.
from head to linens to toe, like the guy knows how to dress. He knows how to take care of himself.
Yeah.
He was a bit of a coward in the Disney one. Only when it came to crocodiles. I want to see somebody in this chat stand in front of a crocodile
Steve Irwin.
and not be brown trout. I'm just saying.
He's got a big honker too. Wow. Jeff Raptor Butterface. I haven't heard that term since I was in university. It's an old term, but it checks out.
But it checks out.
The mustache isn't helping him, though he does groom it well. See, now, that's just hurtful. Doc Awkward says C.
Okay. So all that aside, then let's
Digital
you know,
Frog says C.
appearance aside, appearance to the side.
Mhm.
Does he have talent?
I
And
would-
I would say to be a captain and knowing that the sword fighting moves that he does,
Yeah.
I would say he has talent.
He's basically he's a more evil Inigo Montoya.
Yes, that's actually a pretty dang good way of putting it. But Mandy Patinkin is also a treasure.
Yeah.
Or what did I say? Pachinkin? Oh my-
Pachinkin. If you took
Elon
Wallace
Remusk.
if you took Wallace Shawn's character, his personality from Princess Bride, why am I blanking on his name? It's not Fezzik. Is it Fezzik? No, Fezzik is Andre the Giant.
Yeah.
What was Wallace Shawn's character's name in Princess Bride?
I don't know why Dougie came to my mind. His name's not Dougie. Yes.
Visick?
Visick, thank you.
Yeah.
Dougie.
So he's Captain Hook is basically Visick's personality in Inigo Montoya's body. Vicini, that's what it is. Vicini. So
What do you want to peanut?
So we have a few people that have said C.
Mm-hmm.
But Golden Girl, Clayton and Merriweather are in B, not C. And Bellwether.
For me, I would say that he would be low A, high B. And I'm leaning a little bit closer to high B for me.
Yeah. No, I could agree with that, I think.
Because I understand that he's not everyone's flavor when it comes to appearances, but he still keeps himself pretty well. And he does have talent, and charisma for him is entirely situational because nobody really loves him outside of his crew. But it's I would say, and because we said S tier's like nails it in all three, A tier's like 2 of the 3, B tier's like at least 1 of the 3.
Yeah.
I would say high B, low A.
I could agree with high B. Got a couple people. Yeah, it seems like people are good with high B. Doc Awkward said that we omitted a couple people. We would have loved to added more villains, but we'd have been here literally all night if we went through like every single Disney villain. So we kind of had to pick and choose at some point.
Radican was actually on the original list.
He was,
but we trimmed him.
Yeah. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with that is I have to work in the morning.
I was gonna say, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just we like to keep the episodes nice and concise and clean and cut. And we found that 30 is probably the solid number where we can have discussions like this without going too long.
Yep. That checks out.
So
I'm gonna put him above Clayton for now. We can always move stuff. When we get to the end, we'll take another quick look at the board. If we want to make adjustments, we'll make adjustments.
yeah, for sure.
We have the power. Mean Madam Mim. Definitely do not want to see her in a swimsuit.
That said,
I'd almost rather
she
see Edgar
does-
in a swimsuit than Madam
She does
Mim.
have the spell that turns her attractive,
She does.
and we did say that magic is on the table.
It is.
So
D
there's
minus is
that.
Digital Frog.
Now
But
charisma, she's a soggy towel. But we can't rule out. I mean, if we're going to lump
Madam Mim,
the
yeah.
evil
Madam
queen
Mim.
and the hag in terms of cosplay, this is like the same thing but reversed. Madam Mim glows up.
Except that the evil queen actually is attractive, whereas Madam Mim is not.
Fair, but we're still, considering that, if they're doing the contest, they're putting forward their best. And her best just happens to fit in 2 different categories at the same time in terms of attractiveness and talent.
Okay.
I mean, she glows up. That's all I'm saying. She glows up.
I don't
She's
know
still
if
a
I
soggy
can-
towel, but she glows up.
I don't know if I can put her above C personally. I feel like she probably sits somewhere around Mother Gothel. Probably
I don't agree.
I
don't agree.
I feel like she probably sits just above Mother Gothel, and that's only because she has the magic aspect to her.
But I mean, that's still a pretty big aspect. Like, and C, we reserved for the ones where it was like they were mediocre at all 3.
Okay.
And I feel like she's not mediocre at talent.
Okay. Digital Frog is just D. Doc
We
Awkward
shanked
says
Mother
D.
Gothel. How did we shank Mother Gothel? She doesn't have any magic. I'm interested in your thought process there, Doc Awkward. But for me, I would say at the least, she's got to be D tier. Or not D, sorry, B.
At
She's
the
gotta
very
be
least. Well, D is the least, so.
at least D, at most S.
Somewhere
I feel
in
like
the
she's-
middle there.
I feel like she's B.
I don't know. See, so I've got. So Rockety apparently votes C. Golden Girl agrees C.
See, okay.
We've got people saying
this brings
D.
up a good point too, and I'm glad that Doc Awkward actually brought up the Mother Gothel bit too. Half the reason we put Mother Gothel in C was because the only thing keeping her attractive was the magic from someone else. It wasn't even her magic that was keeping her attractive, because at the end of the movie, when that magic wears off and she becomes a shriveled old lady, that's who she was to begin with.
Yeah, she has no way of maintaining it on her own.
And that's for somebody that doesn't have that magic on her own, whereas Madame Mim does.
Yeah.
So that's why I feel like Madame Mim would be B tier.
Below Bellwether, says Golden Girl. Low B.
I mean, as long as she's B tier, I'm okay with wherever. I don't want to bone Madame Mim. I gotta give respect where respect is earned. And I feel like she's earned it. I don't know why my voice did that.
Getting all worked up. So you want her here. Is that what I'm understanding?
In B. I don't care where. I feel like she's at least earned a B.
I'll give you that one. Okay.
All right. Again, if we need a shuffle, we can shuffle.
I'll concede this one to you.
All right.
Maleficent.
See, yeah, that duel with Merlin was just lit. Thank you, Golden Girl.
Digital Frog says vote. What's the vote? I feel
mean,
like
if
we'd
we
be
want to
so
vote between
scattered.
B and C, if we want to vote between B and C, let's put it to a vote between B and C.
Sure.
Let's do
Okay.
it.
We'll do a vote between B and C. I don't know if there's enough people. You know what? I'll throw D in there because I did see it pop up a couple times, but I can't remember if it was just Digital Frog spamming D
Fair.
every time. But Doc Hopper, I thought we moved
I
on.
think he spammed double D a couple of times.
Okay. So you got three options: B, C, and D.
All right.
While that's going on, we'll give it a couple minutes. The poll is up, so feel free to jump in there and speak your piece. Maleficent, I feel like has to be A or S tier.
Oh, easily. Easily.
You know, she again is very smooth talker. Crazy
She's
good
got
magic.
the magic. She's got the talent.
Yeah, and
I would say she's attractive.
I definitely think that Maleficent, at the very least, is high A tier. But I personally think she should go in S tier.
Like, she turns into a dragon.
Yeah, and
That's
honestly,
it. Madame Mim also turns into a dragon.
if we're being real, I almost think, and maybe Doc Awkward will kill me on this. I almost think that she ranks higher than Hades. In S tier, for sure above Gaston.
Oh yeah, that's not a question. She's above Gaston for sure.
But I think she goes above Hades.
Why? And I'm not trying to argue. I just want to understand.
So Doc Awkward makes a very good point. She's elegant. She is
Okay.
class. Is when we're looking at this list of villains and we think about who is classy. Like, she is top of the list.
I will agree with that.
Super classy.
Okay.
Definitely not unattractive. She's one of the more, I would say, like, attractive, or they at least they made her to be beautiful.
Mim stays in B, by the way. Poll's done.
Oh, okay. Okay, we'll keep her in B. And then, yeah, talent. Like, she's crazy talented. You know, look at all that magic that she does, right? So
Does she have the magic of a god?
one could argue that she does.
Okay.
Magic is magic, right? I mean, it's not like Hades can take away her magic, necessarily.
True. All right.
So I
All right. All right.
I feel like
put
that's
Maleficent. Yeah.
yeah.
I'm down for that.
I think she goes right there, tippity top.
All right. Let's do it.
Yeah. How's chat feeling? Were you in
I
agreement?
needed to stop and think about it for a couple seconds. Is all.
Oh, that's fair. That's fair. Yeah. All right. This guy. I'm blanking on his name, and it drives me crazy because I can see it.
Oh,
McLeach.
Yes. Percival McLeach.
Yeah. From Rescuers Down Under.
By that, I don't want to find a way to play devil's advocate. I just want a better understanding. That's all. What is wrong with wanting a better understanding?
You went with Down Under and not the original? I don't know. I liked McLeach more as a villain personally. Between the two Rescuers movies.
And she was also on the original list and also got trimmed as well. We didn't forget about her at all. It's just we felt like McLeach had more character development.
Yeah. Yeah, like she was basically just a nasty hag woman, right? She didn't really have anything going on other than just being evil for the sake of being evil. He's boring to me, barely remember him. And see, that's how I feel about her though from the first Rescuers movie. Whereas, and maybe it's just because I've always liked Australia, but I feel like McLeach is more interesting a villain than, and I don't even remember her name from the first Rescuers movie. But
Golden Girl is putting in some comments that say Maleficent's below Hades, possibly. Her power was a bit undone by the fairy.
Well, so was Hades.
so it's not
Hades was
completely
undone
all-powerful.
by Hercules, right? Who technically wasn't
Hades
even a god
was
at the time.
undone by himself.
That's true. That's fair. Yeah.
Because he broke his own contract.
Right. But do you think that Maleficent
But yes,
would be?
ultimately they were both defeated by love.
Yeah. And Rockety says, "Madam Mim above the sheep." Yeah, I can see that. I'll put. Yeah, I think she does rank above Bellwether. That's valid. We'll put her Madam Mim above Bellwether. All right. But McLeach, talking about McLeach.
McLeach.
I feel like
You
he's
get
in
a
a very
line-
similar camp to now I just want to say
Ratcliffe?
Thank you, Ratcliffe. I wanted to say Ratzenberger, and I knew that
Daniel
wasn't right.
Radcliffe.
Daniel Ratcliffe. John Ratzenberger.
We got to move Clayton down, apparently.
Gotta move Clayton down.
I kind of think that Clayton and Ratcliffe are very similar to one another.
That's very true.
I'm kind of in agreement.
Yeah. Does he go here?
And I was going to say, yeah, and to that regard as well, like, he sings. I'm not going to say he necessarily has a good singing voice, but McLeach does sing, and he's obviously a very well-versed hunter in terms of his
Not
prey being
charismatic, though.
giant eagles.
Not charismatic.
But no, not charismatic in the slightest.
Yeah.
He's like the nega version of Crocodile Dundee. Like the shadow opposite.
Doc Awkward thinks McLeach is more attractive than Clayton.
I mean, I would give him that.
He's got a better jawline, I think. Yeah. Yeah.
His proportions, I would say, would lead more to attractiveness than most of the characters of his class and stature.
Do we? No, there's no way that we put. Do we go like this then? It's hard to say because I think
Frog is saying put him between Hook and Mim.
Who? McLeach?
McLeach. Also, welcome in, Quiet. It's good to see you.
Can't argue Disney rules. Yeah.
And I mean, technically, B was the category that we had that was good in one skill and mediocre in the rest.
True.
And if I were to pit Clayton and McLeach against each other, I would give it to McLeach.
You would, hey?
I would give it to McLeach, yeah.
I mean, McLeach hunts eagles.
And
Clayton
he
hunts
lives in
gorillas.
Australia. You know how many things want to kill you in Australia?
That's
Everything.
valid. That's valid, but I feel like Clayton basically lives in the jungle. He's always going out on these expeditions.
Australia is one giant jungle.
I'm just saying. I'm not saying that you're wrong. Again, how do you know how much bleach I drink, Doc Awkward?
I drink the appropriate amount of
Who are you,
bleach.
the bleach police? I can stop whenever I want.
Get the ref a pair of glasses. He's blind. He's blind. The ref is blind.
I mean, I'm not saying that I'm against this. I'm just trying to. I feel like these three all belong kind of in the same bucket. They've got probably one or two things over each other, but at the same time are also less than, right? Like I feel like out of these three, Ratcliffe is probably the most charismatic, but obviously he's also the most unattractive, right? So Casey's blind for the last time. For the last time. First of all, drinking bleach
like
doesn't
TK's
make you
here
go
in
blind.
spirit.
Putting bleach in your eyes makes you go blind. And second of all, it's not just about the attractiveness.
Should we put this one to a poll?
We could, but what are we polling?
I would say between B and C.
Okay.
Like just those two specifically.
Poll. Okay. New poll. McLeach.
Also, I love that Clayton has slowly gone from A tier down to C tier as we continued.
That's
That-
the
that
way the
makes me
cookie
happy
crumbles.
inside.
Wasn't there who was that last time? Wasn't there somebody last time that was kind of in the same boat where they just kept getting shuffled down?
I think it was. It wasn't down. Was it Lilo was up? Wasn't she?
Lilo went up. Alice went down. I know,
Oh yeah, Alice went down.
but not by much.
Was it Ariel?
Mm,
No, Ariel was just hotly discussed. I don't think that Ariel ever
Ariel was a
moved.
very hot button topic.
As was hashtag Cinderella is Ralph Macchio.
Yeah, I see.
But if you want that, watch the first episode.
yeah,
But what were
Maybe-
we looking up again?
we're looking at McLeach.
McLeach.
Whether
yes.
whether he's B or C. And I mean, this is a tricky thing, right? Because again, talking about the tiers, S tiers, you got all three. A tiers, you got two of the three. B tiers, you
Polls
got
up,
one
go
of the
vote.
three. C is you're kind of at all of them, and D is you just straight up suck.
Fair. Well, he's C. McLeach is C according to poll. We had 3 people vote. C was the most popular answer.
Okay, so do we leave him where we've got him right now?
I guess we do.
Like in terms
I
of
would put him in front of Mother Gothel, though. I would. I would put him at the front of C.
yeah. Okay,
Yeah, I would.
I can agree with that.
Doc missed the poll.
It was
It
there.
could have tied, Doc. It
We
could have
We could
tied.
have tied it, and but then we would have been worse off. So I'm kind of glad you
Yeah,
missed it.
that's
Sorry,
true.
not sorry.
I really wanted to vote and tie it up,
No.
but I can't. I can't vote on the polls, chat. It's up to you when we do the polls.
And again, we can come back at the end. We'll review the whole thing and determine if we need to make last minute adjustments. That's totally fine. We can do that.
True. He's
These-
not locked
this-
in yet.
This is not locked in.
Let's just keep going. I'm angry.
All right. All right. Oogie Boogie.
All right. Not attractive at all.
No.
In any way, shape,
He's
or
literally a
sense or
burlap
form of the
sack of
word.
worms.
He's a burlap, which is basically Edgar,
Yeah.
but only Edgar's one giant worm.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that having been said, the other two, the talent and the charisma,
Mm-hmm.
for me, like him and Dr. Facilier and that sort of that category of people, I feel like he's got that level of charisma. I feel like he's up there. Like dude runs his own casino. He's got that suave, sly, like Beetlejuice-esque-ness to him.
What can you do? Oh, I can shoot a target from 400 yards away. What do you do? Oh, I run a casino.
Wait, who's shooting the target from 400 yards away in A tier?
Probably Hans. I'll bet you he could.
Nah, I don't see that guy holding a gun. He looks too
I don't know.
wimpy.
I bet you he could.
I bet you he could, and I don't bet you he'd know what to do with it.
I had a crush on Beetlejuice when I was a kid, so I want A tier. I have concerns.
Okay. I feel like he's got charisma. I do. And like even in his musical number, it's not one of those musical numbers where it's like, oh, the bad guy is singing out of key or out of tune on purpose because they want us to hate him more. He actually knows how to carry a gosh darn tune.
It takes true talent and tenacity to be a successful businessman. You're a sack of worms. You got me.
Thank you, Quiet.
I have no response for that.
Okay, dude's got talent, and I would say he's got charisma. I would say A tier. I would.
Okay, we're getting a couple people saying A tier.
What are you feeling?
I don't know. I mean, he's pretty low on the attractiveness scale, so you got to wonder.
Oh yeah.
If he's in the negative, does that pull down his scores on the other ones, right? Because definitely, like when you match him up against someone like Dr. Facilier, where at least doctor Facilier is not ugly, right? He's not a sack of worms. And otherwise, they're very similar, right? Both charismatic and both have magic and talent of that nature, right?
And by no means would I put him in front of Dr. Facilier.
Yeah.
But I would still consider him A tier. I would consider him A tier. Sorry, I interrupted you. Sorry.
No.
Keep doing your thing.
No. That's all I had to say.
Oh, okay.
This is my thinking face. This is why Facilier should be S tier. See, Golden Girl says high C at best. We've got people saying B. We've got people saying D.
The further we get into these lists, the more polls we have to do because we're now starting to compare them to each other.
It's very true. We can do
the
a
first
poll.
like 5 are easy.
You mean juke it out or duke it out? I feel high
I
B.
think we poll
Personally, I feel high B for him.
I feel low A. I feel like we poll it. I feel like we poll it again.
All right.
Let's run it up the flagpole.
We're gonna break the poll.
See what waves.
Oogie boogie.
Golden Girl wants him in a juice box. Some high C.
I'm not gonna put S in there because there's no way he's S.
And please vote. I can't vote on these people. Polls up. Do the thing with the
Poll
stuff.
is up. Poll is live. You got
Do it.
1 minute. 60
Right
segundos.
there. It's right there, chat. Just do it. It's right there. Actually, hold on. It's right.
We got A and D.
got
Wow.
the lag.
Oh, there we go. Another one for A. Oh, it's like a split between A and D. That is quite the split. Got a couple more for A tier.
Vote it up.
Oh, B is starting to get points.
I don't want to
Oh
look
my
at the
goodness.
results because I'm scared.
You're scared.
I'm scared.
B currently has the lead.
Swap man, what's my safe word? My safe word.
Hey,
Tina!
welcome in, Tina.
Holy smokes. We have a raid as well. Mars, what is going on? Thank you for that raid. Let me give a shout out to Mars. Welcome in, Raiders. We are in the middle of putting Disney villains in a tier list based on how well we think they would do in a Miss America competition. So we're
Ranking
talking
them on attractiveness, talent, and charisma, and yeah.
Hey, playing Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. Very nice. Very nice.
Oh, I hear the game's pretty wild.
It is very wild. Yeah, space chickens in chat. So right now we were talking about
Is that
Oogie
Hey
Boogie. Basically, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's Hey with a space helmet.
Nice.
So right now it looks like Chad has voted B for Oogie Boogie, and I would put him probably high B. High B. Again, we can adjust these as time goes on. But yeah, I would agree high B for this one. All right, let's move on.
Right.
Prince John. What are we feeling for Prince John?
Scumboy.
So again, the 3 categories for those who are just showed up. The 3 categories we're looking at: attractiveness, talent, and charisma. Those are the criteria that we were using to judge these villains to determine where they would fall in some sort of a beauty pageant type scenario. So
dude's a crybaby, sucks his own thumb,
yeah, we're on
lives
Prince.
off daddy's wealth,
Yeah.
and parades himself around like he's all that when he's not. Scumboy for sure.
Yeah.
Just
yeah.
saying.
He fancy but whiny. You got that right. He fancy. Yeah, I mean, personally, I feel like C or D is my gut instinct.
D, but in front of Edgar.
Everyone is going in front of Edgar. I think that's already been determined. But
We got some bottom C's, we got some D's, we got some more C's, more D's.
we had Radcliffe high Mars because he does have a certain charisma about him, in terms of being able to like stir up people to do things that he wants them to do.
Mm-hmm.
But Prince John, absolutely zero charisma. Like if we were to even consider John in C tier, I think he goes at the bottom of the stack.
Mm-hmm. We got some D's.
We got some D's. We got some D's.
We got
in
some
chat.
D's. We got some big old D's in chat.
He is a king, but the being a king doesn't
He's a
mean too
prince.
much, right? And
He's a prince.
He's a prince. He's the
It's King
phone.
Richard.
He's
King
the
Richard is the true king.
He's a pox on the phony king of England, I believe, as the people said.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He couldn't even keep his people in gear. That power though. I feel like he can't be above Ratcliffe, in my opinion.
No.
Like,
no,
at all.
No.
Like,
No.
he's basically.
I
he's
wouldn't
like-
put him in C. I wouldn't. I would
I
say
know.
let's throw that bad boy in D.
I feel like he's character wise, he's very similar to Hopper, right?
You can suckle his
he
thumb
rules.
digits down in D sound. That's all I'm saying.
He's on, to me he's on par with Hopper, and here's my reasoning why. He rules by fear. That's really
Yep.
it. He's not attractive.
Oh no.
And in my opinion, Hopper has the edge on him because Hopper can actually fight.
True.
So if we're talking about any kind of talent, like what talent really does Prince John have?
Sucking on his thumb. I'm gonna keep bringing that up.
But if that's his talent, do we not put Edgar above Prince John then? Do you not
No,
think
'cause
it's
Edgar doesn't
trickier
have
to
any talent.
does he not think it's trickier to put a bunch of cats in a bag than it is to suck your own thumb?
He was unsuccessful in it.
No, he was successful. He got the cats out of the
The
house
cats were asleep.
after he drugged them.
Yeah. How hard is that to put a sleeping cat in a bag?
He
There's
does
no talent.
he does look better than Edgar. I feel like he goes between Hopper and Edgar, personally.
Yes, in front of Edgar. In front of Edgar, please. Please.
Chad, how are we feeling? Prince John.
Do we need to put this one to a poll, or are we okay with putting
I
Prince
feel like
John
I
in
feel
D
like we
tier?
don't. I feel like he goes between Hopper and Edgar. You guys tell me if I'm crazy. You're confusing him. Prince John was not in Bedknobs and Broomsticks. That was a different
Oh,
line.
yeah, no. That was a different line.
Prince John was from
I
Robin
said
Hood.
Lion King. Lion King's completely
Oh,
different.
we know what we did miss Cruella de Vil. We did that. That is an oversight. We did miss
Yeah,
Cruella
we did
de Vil.
Cruella dirty.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But I feel
Yeah,
like
we did
Prince
Cruella
John.
dirty.
I
That's
feel
our
like
bad.
I feel like Prince John goes right there.
Yeah, I'd agree.
Yeah. Trent says Gaston is way too high. Is he though? Compared
You
to
were
who else
here
is on this
earlier,
list?
Trent.
you had your chance.
Well, welcome in, Trent. It's good to see
Yeah.
you, friend. How you doing tonight?
Yeah, I don't know if we can add her in after you've already. I'm not familiar with Tier Maker. You'd have to let me know. Is it possible to add her in?
I could. We'd have to refresh the page and relist everybody again if you want to remember who we put where.
We can just talk about it. We'll just talk about it. We'll add her as
Or I can
an
send you the
emeritus.
picture of her, and we can just pseudo put her in on the Discord picture at the end.
We can do that. So we'll remind us at the end, Doc Awkward. We will
Yes.
chat about Cruella de Vil because we did miss her on the list. She
Yes.
should be here. That's our bad.
Cruella should have been on the list.
She
Yes,
should have been here and
absolutely.
probably not Sid from Toy Story.
Don't start with me on that one.
We needed to have someone who was going to be guaranteed D list. So
We're getting there. Don't. Next on the list,
okay.
because there's child beauty pageants too, Doc, and everyone gets a chance. Anyways, Randall,
Sid is the honey boo boo of this list.
we're getting there.
Randall. So now, if I recall, Timmy the Spork had a very specific opinion on where Randall belonged, and I can't
believe
recall.
Timmy said that if Randall was not S tier, he would bomb all of chat.
There's no way Randall's S tier. I'm sorry, Timmy. I don't know if you've come back, but Randall is not S tier. Does he have charisma though? I feel like Randall is not that charismatic. Personally, he does have a pretty cool talent. Turning invisible is pretty boss.
Randall is basically, to me, charisma-wise, one of those roommates where, like, you're sitting down in the living room and you're comf and you're watching a movie, and they come in and they're like, hey, I noticed you're watching a movie. Do you mind if we watch this other one? Because I haven't seen it in a while. And, like, wanting to be a nice person, you're like, okay, let's watch your movie. And then you sit down. Randall sits down. You're both watching this movie, and, like, 15 minutes in, Randall's like, hey, I'll be right back. And then gets up and leaves. And never comes back, and you're stuck watching Randall's movie that you didn't want to watch from the very beginning for the rest of the 2-hour stint that movie goes on. And then Randall comes back, and he's got like a bag of popcorn. He's like, "Oh, sorry, I missed it. Do you mind if we rewind?" And you're like, "No, leave, go."
You have very strong
Randall's
feelings
charisma
towards
for
Randall.
me. I'm just saying.
Show me on the doll where Randall touched you. Like, are you okay? Are you gonna be all right?
I'm okay.
Oh my goodness! Wow, that's
I'm just saying.
you had a bad experience, yeah, Trent, man.
I'm just saying.
Whew. Doc Awkward, Randall, middle C for Doc. Last opinion, middle C. So you think between Gothel and Clayton? I do think he's got more talent for sure than probably really anyone in C tier.
I would agree. Like
and
the ability to go completely, basically invisible through camouflage.
And honestly, I might even recommend putting him above Mayor Bellwether in B tier.
I would also do the same.
Definitely, in my opinion, Randall does not go above Madam Mim. I don't think Randall goes above Madam Mim, and there's no way that Randall goes below Mother Gothel. So somewhere in there, I feel like that's where Randall belongs. And personally, I think he probably goes B tier between Madam Mim,
Between Mim and Bellwether?
and Mayor Bellwether, Assistant Mayor Bellwether.
Yeah, I would agree. But it doesn't look like Chad agrees.
Talk Awkward again for the last time. This is not just about attractiveness.
I don't want to bone.
That's why the sheep is also in B tier.
This isn't a list of who we'd bone. We don't do that kind of list on Twitch.
In that case, Edgar would not be on this list at all.
Edgar would not be on this list.
Oh my goodness.
Nor would Count Frollo, for that matter. Hopper, maybe, but not.
I'm not here to shame.
I need to stop.
Oh my
All
goodness. Oh, my face hurts. All right.
That said, Molig Ball.
Shan Yu. Mulan's movie.
Ooh,
Shan Yu.
He got the muscles.
He is pretty swole. Shan Yu is very
That
swole.
is a man that leads by example.
He looks like he skips leg day. But I think it's just the animation style. I'm pretty sure he's pretty buff. Charismatic. I mean, the case could be made that he's in charge of an army, but again, I think that's mostly because of his physical prowess, not because he's necessarily charismatic. Definitely crazy smart.
Yeah, he strikes me as one of those people that's like, charismatic wise, he doesn't say much, but when he does, it holds a lot of weight. It's like he's like the quiet kid in class,
You get the one you got to watch out for. All I can think of now is Billy Madison with Steve Buscemi, where he's sitting there with the lipstick. Could you imagine that's Shan Yu on his couch at home?
No, I don't want to imagine that. But like he has presence.
He does.
Like, it's a very intimidating presence, and I would say I would agree with Frog. He's a hunk.
He's hung. Oh my goodness! All right.
So I feel like he's at least got 2 of the 3 criteria going on for him, and that's just in like the charisma. Well, I mean, even talent wise, to be honest, I would consider him for A tier though. I would consider him for A tier. I would
probably somewhere
definitely above Prince Hans.
Yeah, I would definitely somewhere around there. I think. I think the case we made to put him between Dr. Facilier and Hans.
Yeah. That feels comfortable for me. That feels comfortable for Shan Yu.
Okay.
For me.
Chat, how are we feeling? If we put Shan Yu, I'll show you. If we put Shan Yu right here, between Hans and Dr. Facilier. Thoughts? Digital Frog says B. Rockety agrees with...
Yes. Yeah.
Trent agrees. Quiet
Quiet's
Deviants for
for
that. I feel like, with the exception of
I feel
Digital
like it's
Frog,
good.
most people are cool with Shan Yu being A tier.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right.
I think this is where we put him.
I think that's where I'm at. I think that's where I put him. I don't know why my voice is everywhere today.
Just makes me think of Charlie Day. It's like basically
I need to
every
get out
character that he plays
Pepe
is.
Sylvia! Pepe Sylvia!
I got boxes full of Pepe.
So I start marching my way down to Carol and HR, and I'm like, Carol!
Oh my goodness. Cat in the wall, eh? Ah, that's what we're talking about. Anyway, okay.
There's no Carol in HR. Anyways, yeah, sorry, I'm taking us way
This
off
is
track
now an episode of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Welcome, everyone. Okay, moving along. Jungle Book's Shere Khan.
Now, chat, I had to fight to keep Shere Khan in here because I feel like Shere Khan. Oh my goodness. Elon Remusk!
I've started us down a very
Yes,
dark
but I had to
path.
fight to keep Shere Khan on this list because I feel like he's classy. I feel like of all of the not anthropomorphic, but all of the animal-based villains that Disney has come out with, I feel like personally Shere Khan is the classiest of all of them. If he were a human, he would be the type in like the silk robe with like the silver goblet full of blood wine, like Dracula style, like, oh, I despise humanity, and like throws the goblet kind of
like
thing.
Hugh
Like,
Hefner meets Fabio.
Yeah, you know?
Oh my goodness. I mean,
I feel like he's classy.
he
and he's
definitely
got a
has his-
baritone voice.
he's got that voice. He's got that smooth set of pipes.
He is all about that bass.
For sure. Chat is all over the place. I'm seeing A, I'm seeing D, I'm seeing B,
I'm seeing maybe C's.
seeing maybe C's. This one we might have to
Now I'm
pull.
glad we kept him. This is going to be hot.
To be honest, I'm not sure where to put him. I don't know where to put him. I'm going to struggle with this one. So maybe poll chat is the best option for this. So let me do that.
Yeah, in the talent department, I mean, he's a tiger. He's scared of fire. He doesn't do a lot of hunting. But I mean, the charisma and looks, I mean, that I believe that particular breed of tiger was hunted for its pelt for a long time, almost to extinction, if memory serves.
And people still they love animal print, right? He's got a very strong chin for a tiger. I mean, I'll give you that. He's charming. He's a charming dude.
We're polling. Oh, we're
That's
polling.
valid. We're polling. Poll is
We're
live.
polling.
Got about
Poll's live,
30
chat.
seconds left. We can have it. Oh,
It's right over
wow.
here again.
We have quite a few for A. That surprises me a little
Honestly,
bit.
I wasn't going to say anything before poll started, but I was like high B, low A myself.
Really? Okay. Okay.
He got it going on.
It's pretty strong lean towards A.
El Tigre, which is Spanish for
The Tigre. All right. Chat has spoken. A tier it is. So now
All right.
begs the question, where in A tier?
I already see two people saying above Hans.
So people are saying like right here between Shan Yu and Hans.
Between Hans and the Hun.
Is this where we put Shere Khan? Wrong tiger. That's great. Could you imagine? Don't let Shere Khan near your kids. Okay.
Yeah.
I can vibe with that.
Yeah.
Crate says I would put him one
Crate-
step above. You would,
One more? In
by
front
one
of
step
Shan
you
Yu?
mean like here between Dr. Facilier and Shan Yu? I don't know.
I'm honestly, I'm back and forth between those two positions. I was hoping the chat would just be like, yeah, that's good there. So I could be like, okay, cool.
I mean, okay, so if we break it down, so if we're talking about like the charisma side of things, so Shere Khan obviously does not lead an army. However,
that's
he
true.
is a very smooth talker and does
I would say
a
more
very
so
good
than
job
Shan
at
Yu.
convincing Mowgli to kind of do what he wants, right? In terms of talent, I mean, both of them obviously are going to be a hunter fighter type thing, and I think they're pretty evenly matched there. Attractiveness, I guess perhaps I could lean more towards Shere Khan from a very platonic or whatever you want to call that side. So I can see that argument. I feel like the Mongol has some dark powers on his side that up him up. Maybe.
Fair.
I don't know. I mean, I can see Krait's point here about putting him above. Yeah, he's very well groomed. About putting him above Shan Yu. Now, does Shan Yu seem like the kind of person that would spend $150 to find out whether or not he stinks?
Oh man, that's why he wanted to get
He
into China to begin with, though, was
he
to get some of
probably
that
doesn't
IKEA
smell
furniture.
great. He probably does not smell great. Coming back to the well-groomed thing, he probably does not smell great.
Fair.
And he is like the few times that you do see him, he is a little bit unkempt.
Aesthetics is a good word for attractiveness. Yeah. Fair.
I almost feel like
I mean, if we want to put him above Shan Yu, I'm okay with that.
It's all the eggplant. I
Thanks, Elon Musk, for that eggplant.
Mind you, he was fighting a war. That is also valid. Yeah. I feel like perhaps Krait would be correct though, and I can agree with putting him above Shan Yu. How are we feeling? Did we put him above Shan Yu? I think it's okay. And again, it's a very minor thing, right? I think they're pretty close. Personally, but I think this is okay.
I'm okay with that.
All right, let's move on. I know you're really excited about talking about this one.
D tier below
Sid.
Edgar.
Below Edgar.
Below Edgar.
Below Edgar, he says. Okay.
I created the D tier on this list for Sid specifically, chat. And none of y'all are going to change my mind on this.
The kid is an absolute ding dong. For sure.
Edgar.
Yeah. He's a terrorist in the making. This kid is going to grow up to be the Unabomber.
Or a pizza delivery driver.
Yeah. Or both. Yeah. We can't rank a kid.
We just did, Quiet. We just did. He is the D tier.
If you want to be fair, if you really want to be fair, Toy Story came out in 1995. That was 16 years ago. At that point in time, Sid was probably what, 9? Which would mean that he's what, 24, 25 now?
Sure, I'll give you that.
So I'm just saying. He's not a kid anymore. He ain't no happy child. Exactly. Not a happy child.
The only argument that I will hear is in terms of talent for what he rigs up on the toys that he owns.
He is basically an 8-year-old MacGyver.
I would not call that a talent. If you go up on stage and you're like, look at this fishing pole that I turned into weird, attractive fishing pole.
He's like if the Unabomber, Martha Stewart, and MacGyver had a baby.
Apparently, Chad is like, he shows up as a garbage truck driver. Oh, he does, right? Because he's still wearing the same shirt with the skull and everything.
Oh, I missed that. Well, I have to go back and watch that movie.
I forgot about that. That's an Easter egg. Yeah.
Yeah.
Trent's previous comment syncs with mine, apparently.
What was his previous one? Did I miss it?
The only previous one I see is Screw You Sid, which, again, syncs with me for sure.
Yeah. I mean, I would agree. I don't think that really he definitely is D tier. And I don't know that we can really put him above Edgar.
Oh, before that one. Okay,
Edgar can at least drive.
Trent says for Sid, D as far deep as all the way into the dirt we can go. Toy killer is not an impressive resume trait, 0 charisma, and needs to be strapped to his own firecrackers. Trent,
wow. Tell me how you really feel.
I love you.
No, I would agree. I would agree. Sid, bottom of the barrel. I don't know there's really any other discussion to be had there.
Sid is that feeling you get when you're watching the DVD logo bounce around the screen and it's just about to get into the corner, And then Sid comes around the corner and unplugs the DVD machine, and you don't see it get to hit the corner, and he just stares at you awkwardly. And
I was
doesn't
fully
say
expecting
anything.
you to say something along the lines of, but it never actually gets into the corner. I was not expecting someone to come running into the room and unplugging the player.
And
Anyway.
it's Sid.
And it's Sid. All right. The Wicked does the Wicked stepmother from Cinderella even have a name? Do we ever know her name?
I
Or
don't
is
know. I'm
she
gonna
just
look this up.
basically
I just know her as the evil stepmother.
the evil stepmother? I don't know. At any
Apparently,
rate,
she has a name. Her name is Frida,
Frida. Okay.
which is a variation on Lady Tremaine from Cinderella, as the character is the stepmother to a character known as Ella. I think this is like something else. Anyways.
B tier
know.
Doc Awkward? Now who's drinking the bleach?
Sorry, the evil stepmother's name is Lady Tremaine. Frida is from the other, like the live action one, I think. Yeah,
I was gonna
Lady
say
Tremaine, yeah.
I was gonna say Lady Tremaine sounds familiar.
My bad. Yeah, it's Lady
Okay,
Tremaine.
so Lady Tremaine, also known as the wicked or evil stepmother.
Doc just put it in chat as well.
Yeah, in Cinderella. I don't know about B Doc Awkward. I think you're the one chugging the bleach now. Just saying.
There's no way she's B.
There's no way. Because honestly, I don't even put her higher than Mother Gothel.
I didn't say I liked Mim. I just said, given what she brings to the table, she deserves.
Mim
at
has
least
magic. Lady Tremaine has two wicked stepdaughters that basically just do her bidding, and they're not even
and they're
attractive.
Not magic.
I honestly there's no way in my mind that she goes anywhere above Mother Gothel. Like I put her on the same level as like Count Frollo.
I was about to say literally the exact same thing, as her and Frollo are going to be bunkmates.
Yeah. And honestly, I put Frollo a little bit above her just because of the power dynamic. Like
Fair.
Like I think he could get way more done than Lady Tremaine. From like a charisma standpoint.
I'm seeing a lot of C's in chat, though. We might have to pull this one. I'm seeing a lot of C's. Never mind. All right, let's pull this one.
Frollo's not dear to you anyways, but that's just me. That's fair. That's fair. I'm picking up what you're putting down. So Lady Tremaine. I'm just gonna put B, C, and D because there's no way that
No, there's no way she's A or above.
no. There's no way. All right, poll is
Hey,
up.
Dad,
Poll is
there
live.
was this drill.
I'm gonna buy Casey new glasses. Again, it's not just about the attractiveness here, Doc Awkward. I don't know why you're so hung up on how attractive or not attractive Madam Mim is.
I don't want to bone Madam Mim. You can clip that.
Oh my goodness. This is getting out of hand. All right, I'm just curious. What's the poll at so far? We have a lot of C's. A lot of C's.
A lot of. I should probably look at that too, shouldn't
Yeah. We are leaning heavy on the C.
I? All right.
She's also crazy and can barely talk. What are you talking about? She can talk.
Yeah.
What movie are you watching? All right. I'm thinking this is going to be C, unless we have like a huge surge in the last 5 seconds here.
Yeah, I'm thinking the same.
Yeah.
I'm thinking the same.
All right.
I would have assumed D, but I guess chat wants C. And
C it is, but
that's
then
where it's at.
where in C?
I mean, bottom C. I mean, that's kind of where I'm feeling.
Okay. I now that I'm thinking about it, I do feel like she does maybe go above Radcliffe. But
She doesn't own a ship. She doesn't voyage.
She owns a mansion.
She doesn't
We don't even know if Radcliffe has
fight
a mansion.
in battles.
Construction Growlith thinks that we need to flip Ratcliffe and Frollo.
Do we?
Does Frollo know how to fight? Like, does Frollo really have any talents? He just seems like kind of
really doesn't
kind of
do
a douche.
much fighting, as far as I remember.
Yeah.
He does a lot of guard seize them kind of stuff, but I mean, owning
Yeah,
a ship isn't a talent.
She doesn't do
True.
anything. She's at the bottom of C.
But I mean, if we're gauging wealth as a factor in terms of her owning a mansion, then I mean, owning a boat would factor in.
Well, and then if we're gonna judge by that, Prince John stonks to the moon.
Prince John knows why he's in D. All right, he sucks his own thumb. Moving on.
All right, all right. And again, we can adjust these, and we will adjust these at the end too. So we can make some adjustments. For now, let's leave her where she is. We can come back and chat about it if we need to.
We'll circle back around, chat.
We've got 6 more to get through, and then we can come back and make adjustments where we feel like adjustments are due.
True. It's true.
Syndrome from The Incredibles.
Syndrome.
Dude is pretty talented. I mean, he has a lot of crazy inventions. Even as a kid, he had some pretty crazy inventions, right? So that is some pretty good talent.
He big brain.
I'm not sure where to rank him on the other two, to be honest. From an attractiveness scale, I mean, he's not. Again, he's not like Sid, right? Who's just a troll kid.
Mm-hmm.
But he's not like really attractive either. So I feel like he's pretty middling on like the on the aesthetic scale.
And this is the part too where you have to consider from an animation perspective. Disney likes to lean hard into physiognomy when they create a lot of these villains. And what I mean by physiognomy, if you look up the word, chat, it's basically the science of judging a person's character based on how they look. Like people with hooked noses or very pointed chins are usually seen as, more
villainous.
Villainous in terms of like the creative, almost like they've got something to hide kind of thing and whatnot. And if you think about this from a physiognomy perspective and looking at Syndrome in terms of why they made him the way he is, he has very rounded features. They're not necessarily soft, but they're also not necessarily strong. And so they kind of pulled this in, and I feel it's more to portray that he's not necessarily a strong or physically attractive person, but he's one of those like, he uses what he has and makes it count kind of thing, which is what's upstairs. He's got that big brain action.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
For me, I don't feel like the aesthetics or the physically attractive portion for him would score very high.
Okay.
And that's just from a me perspective. He seems very soft in physical feature. And again, he compensates for that with his experiments and his tools and his inventions.
And his Jimmy Neutron hair.
Yeah.
Now, someone in chat, let me see, where was it? I saw it and I can't remember who said it. Someone said that they put him right above Randall, I think.
I see it. Yeah, Construction Growlith.
Construction Growlith. I would tend to agree with that, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like he probably goes middle of the road B, personally, above Randall. And potentially even above Madam Mim.
I would say potentially above Madam Mim as well. Because he is a genius. He got them smarts.
Yeah.
In terms of charming, I mean, he would have had to have been charming to a degree to get to where he got.
Yep.
But he's definitely got that manic side of him, too, that he lets loose on more than one occasion closer to the end.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But in terms of him being built, I would disagree on that front. In terms of the physical attractive, that kind of area, I don't think that he wins anything in that category for me. I don't think that he was meant to look that way.
Digital
given
Frogs,
his animation style.
Digital Frog says low A. Rockety says no. Skill is not natural, it's made up. Well, to an extent. I mean, I think even as a kid, right, he obviously had a penchant for tinkering and coming up with inventions, right? So I think some of that is nature, and obviously he nurtured it as well. But he's like an evil Iron Man.
To be Incrediboy.
Yeah, he's basically like evil Iron Man, more or less, right? Yeah. Look at the hottie he pulled, you dorks. Were they actually dating though? Were they dating? Or was she just his employee? Mirage had a thing
from apparently, according to Frog. Yeah, all right.
Yeah, I mean, she was Trent. She was his assistant, but the question is, was there something more there? And I can't remember, to be honest. It's been so long since I've seen the film.
And that's the thing, is was she attracted to him for his looks or for his personality or for his power? I mean, you have to factor in those things too.
That's true. Yeah, this isn't Saving Sarah Silverman.
Or forgetting Sarah Marshall.
That's the one. That's the one. Sarah Silverman's something else altogether.
Which, by the way, Jason Segel is the treasure. Anyways,
Yeah.
moving on.
So the question, I guess, now is where do we put him?
Mm-hmm.
Now that I think about it, I do think that he falls somewhere. I think he falls between
I would say
Captain
somewhere
Hook
in
and
A.
Nim. You think somewhere in A? Okay.
I would say somewhere in A. Because I feel like he nails at least 2 of the 3.
Okay. So Rockety says after Madam Mim. Digital Frog says
Frog
after
before
Hans.
Or sorry, yeah, after Hans. My bad.
Doc
Growlithe
Awkward says heh, nails. She says A. Got 2 for A.
Growlithe, he's very tenacious and he keeps going back when the things don't go his way. He's turned down by his hero and comes back. Fails to kill Mr. Incredible and does the plan anyways. Scheme falls apart, so he doesn't give up. Steals Jack, keeps going. Like, he is tenacious. I would agree with you there too, Growlithe. I would say A. I would. Is this going to be a chat poll one, you think?
It might have to be.
Does he actually die? I can't remember. I know he tries to steal Jack, but I don't remember what happens at the end of all that kerfuffle. I don't know that he actually dies, though. Oh, the plane motor. Right. I forgot about the cape. Look at that smoldering gaze, says Quiet.
Oh my
He
goodness.
belongs in A. Look at that smoldering gaze. As soon as I joined, Ram says kerfuffle. He said, Clover! I must have sensed your presence, Clover. It's good to see you. How are you doing tonight?
All right.
Super
We got the pull up, and I made the poll a little bit more specific. So you've got 4 options. You've got A right above Hans, A right below Hans, B
Fair.
above Mim, or B below Mim. Because I feel like
Alright,
that's where
fair.
most of the argument is in those. But yeah. Hey, welcome in,
Nobody's
Clover.
B so far.
Really? Okay. Okay. I mean, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'll eat my words.
I know it is Clover. You actually, I think you were the one that inspired me to use kerfuffle more.
Kerfuffle is a very interesting word, and it's a very Canadian word.
Clover's from the adopted Canadian state of Minnesota.
Yeah, it's basically Canada. It's really where the Canadian embassy should be in the United States, in my opinion.
Soda.
Yeah.
I think serendipitous is among one of my top favorite words. I like serendipitous.
It's Canada South, yeah. So we've got A below Hans.
A below Hans it is. All
is
right.
the prevailing vote there. So right there. Bingo bango bongo. Syndrome.
Oh, we did get 1B by the end of it, though.
We did.
Yeah, we got 1B.
Land of the 3.5 ounce Cokes. All right.
I need a liter of cola. Farva.
Farva. Did you spit in
The
my
mini
bird?
sodas, yeah.
All right. Tamatoa.
All right, Doc, you still here?
Tamatoa. Now, again,
We're
we're
on
not
Tamatoa.
talking about whether or not we're going to eat these things, which I know came up earlier. If we were eating the contestants, then Tamatoa would be S tier. But we are
Doc, you
not
want to
eating
voice
the
your opinions on
contestants.
Tamatoa for the chat? No one needs to know your secrets. I mean, you've been pretty vocal about it up to this point.
I mean, Jermaine Clement. Jermaine Clement does the voice for Tamatoa.
Ooh, all alone, charisma dripping out the word.
He's S
I
tier.
couldn't think of a good one there.
He's very charismatic. Yeah. Yeah. Sings, dresses well. I'm not sure about his teeth, to be honest.
Doc awkward. Oh Lord. He's S tier. Fight me.
He makes me feel things. Okay, now who's talking about weird stuff? You're harping on us about putting Madam Mim in B tier, and here you are having weird emotions about a literal crab and wanting it in S tier.
I mean, sometimes you can't fight who you like, you know? But I don't want to bone Madam Mim. I'm just saying. Jermaine Clement.
Well,
I mean,
and again,
he's got
construction
pipes.
golf. This isn't about fighting. So it's not like last time where it was like a battle, right? It's not about the battles. It's about are they attractive or aesthetically appealing? Are they charismatic? And do they have talent? That's
Now-
the three key components here. Razzy
Now,
Shazzy,
for
welcome
me-
in.
For me, he has the talent and he has the charisma. I mean, obviously, just by looking at him and by talking to him, you can tell everything that he's got going on. He's one of those like people that has so much self-confidence that you don't notice anything else. And it's not the type of self-confidence where it comes off as necessarily like particularly cocky in a sense, but it's like that, like they're very sure of themselves kind of confidence. And that goes a long way for charisma. And talent-wise, like same deal. His singing, and I know we didn't say this isn't about fighting, but I mean, the dude obviously can tussle if he's got that much treasure. Nobody's challenging him for it.
No, that's fair. That's
And I know
fair.
size is kind of a factor in that as well, but I mean, he's got to be able to defend it, size or not.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Clover, thank you as well for that host. Appreciate that.
So for me, and again, we have to be as objective with this as we possibly can because we've got other animals on this list. It comes down to where he sits on the attractive scale because the other two easily for me are top.
Yeah.
So it's the attractiveness portion.
He's basically in a Econoline van on 24-inch gold spinning rims. That's what he is.
Spinners.
And for those of you who have just joined us recently, essentially what we were talking about is we are taking all these Disney villains and we are ranking them in terms of where we feel they would fall if they were in like a Miss America pageant. So talking about their attractiveness, like if they were in like a swimsuit competition, also talking about any kind of talent that they might have and just charisma, you know, are they able to speak to the people? And yeah, Tamatoa is the pageant. I mean, he'd be the disco ball in the pageant, that's for sure. To see Gaston in a two-piece bikini, says Clover. Oh my goodness. Yikes.
Oh no.
Yikes.
I mean, given what Tamatoa has going for them, I feel like either high A or low S. I do. And I'm leaning towards S.
I don't know that I can put him in S. I don't know.
Okay,
and I know that Doc Awkward...
What's your side for him?
So, definitely has talent. He's a pretty good singer. But I mean, a lot of these Disney villains sing too. Like Ursula sings, Shere Khan sings. Like the bunch of them sing. So I don't know. But I'm just looking at who else is on this list. And I feel like he's almost in the same camp personally as Oogie Boogie to an extent.
Okay.
But I can see the case for maybe low A for him. I don't know that I can see S.
Now, again, I've reiterated this a couple of times, and I don't bring this up to argue with any of your points. When we look at who we've put in A and S and B and C and D and why, you know, S was nails it on 3, A was at least 2, B was at least 1. I feel like there's no way he could be B, because he nails at least 2 of the 3 criteria that we've been looking at.
What 2 criteria? How is I don't know that he's really
in
charismatic.
terms of talent and charisma.
I don't know if I agree on the charisma scale, but
I mean he's got the same style of charisma to him as I would say, like it's kind of a weird combination of Shere Khan and Dr. Facilier.
Yeah. Rocky says, then we gotta move up Madam Mim.
He has a very eloquent way of talking and singing, and the treasure had to, I'm just saying, he's got charisma. He's got charisma. Chat wouldn't be saying he didn't have charisma if they didn't agree. I'm just saying, it's there.
Okay.
It may not be everybody's flavor, but again, same thing could be said for Gaston, but the charisma is there regardless.
Okay, I'm gonna pull this one too. Tamatoa. So I'll put low S, because if he is going to be S tier, he's definitely at the bottom of S tier in my opinion. I'll put high A. I'll put low A.
Rockety's getting incensed now with Madame Mim.
High B, and low B.
We can still shuffle things around. We're not done. We're not done.
All right, poll is live. Do your worst. We've got low S, high A, low A, high B, and low B.
What up, chat? He's clearly a charisma constitution build. Yep. He's basically a multi-class barbarian bard. He's a barbarian.
This is very interesting to me.
Doc is doing a safety. I don't know what doing a safety means.
I think a safety is maybe not voting with her heart because she wants to make sure that one of the other choices happens.
Maybe. Well, we know which one Rockety voted for.
Yeah, low B. Yeah. It looks like it's going to be high A.
I think it's going to be high A.
Yeah,
It's high A.
It's high A. Okay. Okay.
All right. All right.
So high A, but then, okay, so now I don't know if he beats Chernobog, and maybe we need to move Chernobog up into S. I don't know.
That's what I've been saying from the start.
Someone's going to get hurt real bad.
Because I would put him definitely in front of the Evil Queen.
You would put him
Like,
here?
I would put her ahead
Really?
of the Evil Queen. Yes.
Why?
And I would move Chernobog up to S tier.
See, if we're thinking high A, I would almost go like that in this. Would be my thought. Like, why? What is your reasoning about putting him in front of the Queen?
So,
Chernobog. Sorry, really quick. Chernobog is from Fantasia. Quiet Deviant.
yes. Chernobog is the big old swole demon in Fantasia.
Yeah.
For me, putting him above the Queen, like I understand that the Queen has that magic, cosplay talent that we've talked about,
Mhm.
and that she has looks, but she has, for me, no charisma in any sense of the word. There's nothing that ever indicates that she has any type of charisma in that movie for me. Whereas if you look again on the flip side for Tamatoa, is he has the charisma and he has the talent, and it's the looks that are like questionable. So they're both kind of on equal standing there, but just in terms of sheer impact of where they rank in the categories that they are high in, I feel like Tamatoa's charisma and talents surpass the level that the Evil Queen's talent and looks get her to. That's me. That's me. I'm just saying.
We're still talking about
We're still on
Tamatoa, Doc
Tamatoa.
Harder, which is why I was very confused that you now said he's C.
We're trying to decide if Tamatoa should go in front or behind the Evil Queen in A tier.
He's in A. He's in A.
And I would have voted for low S. Doc, did you even vote on the poll? There was a poll. Did you even vote?
All right, I'll move him in front of the Queen. We can
Okay.
discuss that at length later. I don't know if I agree with it.
I don't know what a
What?
safety means.
Did a safety. You tackled the quarterback in his own end zone? Okay, Horned King from the Black Cauldron.
I just want to also point out that the frog says Tamatoa is the Liberace of villains. I would agree. All right. Yes, sorry. Now we are moving on. It's a pool term. Okay, fair enough. Moving on.
Horned King.
Horned King from the Black Cauldron. I will be terribly honest. I don't remember much about Black Cauldron. This probably would have been the villain I would have taken out if we remembered Cruella de Vil.
So he's definitely magical. So that, I mean, that kind of has some of the talent aspect to it, but I feel like that's really all he's got going for him. Not
Just the
charismatic,
magic, eh?
definitely not attractive.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm thinking like low C, maybe even D.
I'm gonna have to trust you on this one. Honestly, I don't remember the Horned King. The only thing that I remember about the Black Cauldron was he had to step on the troll's toes, and they had like massive one-toe feet, and that was it.
Yeah,
That's
like,
all I remember about Black Cauldron.
Like honestly, like I definitely would put him above Prince John. I don't know if I put him above Hopper.
Mm-hmm.
Like personally, I think he probably goes right here.
So we're saying he has no talent whatsoever.
I mean, he's got magic, but I mean, the other stuff is so far down on the scale
Fair.
that I feel like
Fair.
whatever benefit he gains from having talent
Is completely offset.
is absolutely offset by a complete lack of the other two.
All right, I can respect that. And again, I'm going off of more your memory for this one than mine, so I will respect that. I'm down for that. I'm G for D.
Okay, so I think we can leave him there. Let's move on to Ursula. So Ursula, she thick.
Dummy thick.
So she definitely is charismatic, absolutely charismatic.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely has a lot of talent.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, attractive. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. And when she transforms into the human version after she basically cheats Ariel out of her voice, again,
She
if
catches
we're
the eye
going
of a prince.
if we're going back to your earlier argument about they're able to present themselves as the best versions of themselves, I think she's going to be A, if not potentially S.
Mm-hmm. I would agree. I would feel like she lands somewhere between A and S.
Like I think she probably goes low S. Like I feel like she definitely goes
would
above
agree.
Tamatoa.
Yeah, I'm down for it. And again, if we're making that argument, I'm surprised Rockety hasn't said anything about Madam Mim again. But
Yeah.
I mean, if that's the way we're going, I feel like Mim should jump up to A.
Okay.
And
Doc Ocker is going to have something to say about that for sure.
I'm not trying to pull Madam Mim, okay? I'm not.
I don't know if I move Mim though. I don't know if I move Mim.
Or at least move Mim up in the B tier area.
I can see that. I can see her maybe being above Captain Hook. I don't know if I put her. Actually, no. I probably
would put her above Boogie Boogie.
Yeah, that's fair. I put her. She definitely is probably more attractive than a sack of worms. Mim is trash. Well, we can move these. We'll have one more. We'll have one more at the very end where we'll make some last final adjustments. Let's get these last two on the board at least.
True.
Don't you do my captain dirty. I'm right there with you, Quiet Deviant, personally. But again, it's tricky. Again, because I have to make sure that I'm not thinking about like Hook.
Personal
Hook. It's Peter Pan's Hook.
It's Peter Pan's Hook. Yeah.
It's not Dustin Hoffman Hook.
So
Yokai or Professor Callahan from Big Hero 6.
You spoiled it. So what if some people here haven't seen Big Hero 6?
When did that movie come out? I think we are far beyond the limitation for spoilers at this point.
I think it was 2014.
Is it that recent?
Was it 2014?
Is it that
I'm trying
recent?
to remember now. Yeah, I'm
gonna
pretty
Google
sure. It
is 2014. Wow. Hang on.
Booyah!
Very nice. Very nice. Where the heck is Jafar? Oh, you know what? We're also missing Jafar. That's valid.
Oh,
We've only got 30 spots, but yeah, we should have pulled out some of these idiots like
Yeah.
Sid and probably even the Horned King.
No,
in
we
place
needed
of
Sid so we
Cruella.
could say what D tier was. But then I forgot how D tier Edgar was too.
Yeah, we're missing Jafar. We have omissions for sure.
Yeah. Should we pseudo add Jafar in along with Cruella then?
We'll see. We'll see. Because if we're gonna do, that's a we're getting down a road there where we're gonna added a bunch of villains that we've left out. But anyway, okay, yokai. We're talking about.
We're coming up on time as well.
That is very true. We are running out of time. Yokai. Where does he fall? So Construction Growlithe says above Frollo, below Tremaine. So high D, low C.
His talent was all stolen. It's not very charismatic, says Growlithe as well.
Yep. Hey, have a good night, JF Raptor fan. Thank you for stopping by. You're very welcome.
Yeah. Take care.
Have a good night.
Good to see you. Frog
Digital
says high
Fox is
C.
High C. Okay.
I'm leaning towards Frogs actually with high C. I mean, you can't,
very talented.
You can't get to the point of being a professor for a university like that without having some sort of smarts.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And
definitely a recognized leader. Very charismatic.
You know, stealing the project or not, he still knows how to manipulate it and controls it and understands it, which again speaks a lot for his knowledge. Stealing it or not.
Here's the thing. When I think of him too, now I'm making the comparison between him and Syndrome. When we compare apples to apples, when we see apples to apples comparison, him versus Syndrome, who comes out on top? I almost feel like he does.
I feel like he would, yeah. I feel like maybe we overhyped Syndrome a little bit. Maybe. I don't know.
I think that's very possible. I think that Syndrome should probably be high B.
Because in terms of personality, I would feel like the Callahan portion of Yokai beats Syndrome. And I feel like the attractive portion of Callahan would beat Syndrome as well.
Yep.
But Syndrome, in terms of smarts, was smarter than Yokai.
Is he, though? I mean, I suppose, because really, Yokai ended up stealing Hero's tech in order to kind of run the show, right? So
and most of his push wasn't for self-improvement. It was a push for blind revenge when he literally could have just put his brain to better use of trying to get his daughter out of that nether realm that she was trapped in. Whereas I feel like Syndrome would have literally tried his best to come up with something as opposed to just trying to find revenge. I think that's the only defining difference really between the two.
Yeah, quite deviant. I want to fight for Syndrome as A tier, but behind that mask, Dr. Callahan is a fox.
I would agree with Quiet. I would. Yeah. So I feel like maybe we hyped Syndrome a little bit too much. I feel like maybe we bumped Syndrome down to B.
And put Callahan low A.
And put Callahan low A.
So put Syndrome here and Callahan there.
Yeah. What do you think, chat? What do you think? Syndrome is better than them. Rockety's on the meme train.
Yeah, so and I mean Construction Growlithe, I get your point, but the other thing is that's one of three facets, and on the other two facets of our comparison, Yokai wins hands down. So, you know, I think when you take the whole package, I think Callahan beats Syndrome. Rockety is channeling TK now. Yeah,
I think everybody's
100%.
channeled a little bit of TK at some point.
Yeah, Doc Awkward definitely is channeling that TK as well. That TK energy. Yeah, see, Trent gets me. Let's leave them here for now. I think this is okay for now. Let's get Yzma on the board.
During the summary, we'll shuffle it.
And then we can make some last adjustments. But I think personally that's where Callahan sits, and maybe even Callahan is also high B. Put them on the same line. But I think that he does rank higher than Syndrome in my mind.
In my mind, he does as well.
Yzma.
Frog in here with the Yzma's A double plus already.
Okay, so looks. Yikes.
Yikes. She has something in her teeth. I don't know how long it's been there. And she didn't even like my spinach puffs.
Yeah. Not terribly charismatic.
No.
Talented, though.
I would say yes, very much so.
Very talented.
Very much so.
A bit of a chemist. Bathing suit by Band-Aid. Oh, I didn't want to think about that. I regret reading those comments.
I just got pee shivers without like having to pee from that comment. That was, ugh.
Not a status we would have hoped.
Have you seen those legs though? Ah!
Thank you for that, Golden Girl. She just played the "he's still alive" sound bit.
Hey, it's the poison for Cusco. Poison design especially to kill Cusco. Cusco's poison. Poison.
She can turn a man into a llama, but she meant to kill him.
But it wasn't her fault because he's the one that grabbed. It was Kronk's fault.
But it's her
He grabbed the wrong
organizational
poison.
skills that
It
led to
wasn't
him.
even organization. It was just because something was folded over wrong. He
But you-
mistook a llama for a skull because of the way that paper had been folded, which, I wouldn't say is against her organizational skills at all. When you open up that shelf and you see all those potions clearly labeled, this was like a one-off thing that was not her fault in any way, shape, or form.
Okay. Now, given that, what are your first thoughts on where she belongs? She was a very cute kitten. That is very true.
Gut instinct for me, again, it comes down to like how much of those one categories outweighs the other, and it comes down to like low A, high B for me, but I'm leaning high B.
High B. Okay.
I'm leaning high B for Yzma.
Now, when you say high B, above
In front of
syndrome?
Syndrome.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
Everyone's calling for a vote now.
We can do it. We can vote.
We
To
can
be honest,
vote on this one.
To be honest, I'm not sure where to put her, to be
Because
completely
I'm just
honest.
saying that's what my gut wants to say. Before going too in-depth into her character, her charisma, and everything like that, my gut wants to put her there. I'm not saying I can't be swayed. It's just that's where my gut wants to go first. Talent portion. Yzma turns into a cat. Wins instant bonus points in looks category, says Quiet.
Okay, I got to pull up.
All right, polls up, chat.
Yeah, I don't
Pull
think
it.
that she falls in C, so I didn't even put C in there. I do
Fair.
think that she
No, no, no,
probably
no.
is at the very least like low B. So we've got S, high A, high B, and low B are our polling options for Yzma.
Golden Girl had her heart on Yzma being D. Well, I guess that's what the poll's for. I gotta click on this poll, see where we're at.
So far, we're looking low A.
Hey, all right.
It's gonna be tight
Respect.
though. It's gonna be tight. There's,
Respect.
there's still some time left.
Oh,
All of the D
oh.
jokes. This list
Yep.
is garbo. Doc awkward. Well, you're welcome to leave. No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, that's why we do the polls. We want input.
I'm so
We wanna
confused.
know.
I'm so confused by your reasoning, Doc Awkward, because you love the crab over a person. You're giving us grief
that's
over
why
Madam
she's
Mim,
saying-
and on the same time praising the crab. So low A. Okay.
All right.
So low A.
Low A.
Where does she fall in low A?
I would say below Callahan. I would say lowest of A.
Lowest of A.
I would say lowest of A.
Okay. Okay.
All right.
Honestly, I think that's a little higher than where I would personally put her, but it chat
It's the
chat rules
poll.
on this one. Chat rules on this one. So
So that brings us to the summary portion of this list. So let's start at the top. Everything that we currently have in S tier, that is in S tier, how do we feel?
I feel pretty strong about it. Like I think that
I do too.
those five that are in S tier, I feel like definitely deserve to be there.
I would do one thing. Actually, I would move Ursula in front of Molig Ball.
In front of who?
Or Chernobog, sorry. Chernobog. I
Did
would
you
put
call
her
him
one-
bowling ball?
I think I called him Molig Ball, and I think
Molig
I've
Ball.
actually said that a couple of times tonight.
Hey, Trent Clover, thank you as well for contributing to the Bob and Doug challenge for Two
Yes.
Brothers. We are now at 25K. We're 15K away.
Thank you, Trent. I was trying to
away.
remember where Molig Ball was from. It's Skyrim.
I spent all of my channel points on
I
this.
would put Ursula in front of Chernobog. That
Okay.
would be the only shuffle that I would make in S.
Yeah. Yeah, solid, good. Gods and OP human and magical beings. Yeah. Okay.
All right, so S out of the way. Let's look at A. Is there anybody in A that we feel like needs to be shuffled? How are we feeling about A?
I feel for the most part pretty good about A. I don't know
Okay.
still that I agree with Yzma being an A, but Chad has spoken. So,
Well, if you talk to Frog, Yzma's supposed to come before Khan as well.
really? It's missing Madam Mim, says Rocky.
We're getting to B. All right, we're getting there. But in A, for
Shiogorath
me-
for S tier.
for me personally, honestly, I would knock Hans down a couple pegs, to be terribly honest with you.
Okay.
Given everything else that we now have in A, I don't think that Hans belongs in A anymore.
I can agree with that. Where do we put him? Do we put him like mid-tier B?
I would say mid-tier B.
Below or above Oogie Boogie?
I would say
I feel above.
ish. I don't know.
Clover says below Boogie. Well, if he's above Oogie, he's still below Madam Mim, Rockety. Digital Frog says before Mim, although I'm not sure if he's saying that
It's just
just
to
to
spite
spite,
Rockety.
yeah, just to get her goat.
I would say above Boogie.
Clover
Clover says
says
below.
below. Oh man,
Golden says above.
Oogie has actual
There's
talent.
actual talent.
He does. Okay, that's valid. That is very valid. He's
He'll be sleeping on the couch.
I
Oh,
can, I
jeez.
can agree with that. Go put him below. Below.
I'm okay with below. I'm okay with below.
I'm okay with below.
I'm okay with either, but my gut was saying above, but I'm okay with below. Okay, so back to A. Is there anything else there that we feel could do with some shuffling?
I think it's good. Personally,
I think it's much better now as well, yes.
Yeah. We had too many people in A. As above,
Yeah.
so below. Yeah, I think we had too many people in A. We needed to pull some people out of A.
Okay, so next step, here comes Rockety. Is there anybody in B tier that we feel needs to be shuffled or moved? I'm
just kidding.
Don't don't even. I would say we knock Bellwether actually down a peg.
I would
down
agree.
to C.
I would agree. Bellwether no longer belongs in B.
Yeah, Bellwether's not a B anymore.
Yeah.
'Cause
Bellwether.
again, she was one of the ones that we did at the start before
Yeah,
we
she was
had
one
any
of the
type
very
of
first ones.
comparison.
Now, where does she belong in B? Does she belong above Lady Tremaine?
Above Lady Tremaine, I mean, and again, it depends on where the scale you're putting the like.
Rockety's so
they've
mad
got
she can't
more
even
in
type.
this and negative in the others. You know.
I feel like
I
she maybe
kind of
goes
want to
there.
put her in front of Clayton as well.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
like she does have a lot of talents and a lot of smarts to her.
But what else?
Well, I mean, the same could be said for anybody in this category.
Yeah.
But I feel like with what she has outweighs what the others do.
She definitely was a lot more sneaky. Like, especially when you think about figuring out when people were actually villains. Like, between her and Hans. Like,
Yeah.
I'm looking at other people on this list, and I think those are the only two where you didn't realize that they were a villain, like,
Yeah.
until close to the end of the film.
And Hans stays in B because he's got more than what Bellwether had
Yeah.
in terms of the other skills
Now,
and whatnot.
yeah, now to
other
Construction
criteria.
Growl's point, I mean, she's walked. I mean, now she is walked over, but that's because she chose to be. Right? You know, she was very, very sneaky about it. She
And she did
allowed
actually fire
herself,
a gun in the movie.
Yeah.
It just didn't have the bullet in it that she thought that it did.
Yeah, she had pretty good aim. So I would agree. I think she does sit above Clayton.
And they're not fighting each other. It's just a matter of ranking skill. Like, if you put her and Clayton in the same room and told them to fight, obviously Clayton's going to win.
Oh yeah,
But
he's
that's
gonna
not
wreck
what this
that
is
sheet.
about.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I would put her in front of Clayton. I
Okay.
would.
Okay. I feel pretty
so
good
back
about
to
the
B
rest of
still.
B. I feel pretty
rest
good
of
about
B
B
you feel good?
personally. I know Rockety really wants Madam Mim moved elsewhere, and I think
Mm-hmm.
she might be alone in that. Unless I'm wrong. Chat, let me know if I'm wrong in that. If you feel like, well, I know some people think that Mim should be in D.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that she moves.
I am still juggling, actually, and now that I'm rethinking this again, I might put Hook in front of Hans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You think that? And then Trent
'Cause
thinks
again,
Mim
like-
above Syndrome. Quiet Deviant does not agree.
King Killer Chronicles by P. Rothfuss. Oh, we're just chatting with each other. Gotcha. My bad.
I don't know.
Mim should be kept higher.
I don't know that Mim beats
Talent,
Syndrome. She's
brains
got
versus
magic, but
dragon.
I think that's about it. Like, I don't know that she has any of the other skill that Syndrome has. Like when we were talking about
I mean,
tenacity.
To learn magic requires, I would say, at least a very specific capacity of mental acuity.
Sure, but Syndrome I think is on that same level. I mean,
And I would
magic
agree to
magic
that.
is essentially science that we don't understand yet, right?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, Mim got eaten. Well, Syndrome got sucked into a jet engine. So if you're if you're gonna go that route, his is a little more disappointing. But I don't know. I can see arguments for both sides. I don't know. I think it's too close a call. I think between Syndrome and Mim. Personally, I think we leave him.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Clover brings up no capes.
No
he
capes.
did make the mistake of capes.
Yeah.
I would leave him. I
Yeah.
would leave him.
Sorry, Rockety. I don't know that we can. I don't know if we can shuffle that one.
Yeah.
You can make your own tier list and put Mim at the top.
All right. So next one, C tier. Are we okay with everything that is there, or is there anything that needs to be shuffled or moved?
I feel like it's good now. Now that we've moved
I feel like it's
Bellwether
much better
down,
now.
I think it's good.
Mm-hmm.
And I would probably say the same for D tier, honestly. I mean, I could potentially see Frollo moving up and maybe being above Lady Tremaine. But I think other than that, it's good.
I could see that too, actually. I could see
Like, I
moving
think we
Count
swap
Frollo
them.
up to C,
Like, I think we swap them. I think he comes up here
Yeah.
and she goes down.
and she goes down. Yeah. I am okay with that.
Oh! Jump scare. Thank you, Construction Growlith. Oh
Well,
my
that's
goodness.
a $2,500 point scare. Oh,
Yeah, channel points.
2,500 bit.
No,
bit
not
scare.
bits. Channel points. Channel points.
Oh, is it channel points? Oh,
that's
okay.
that's a
My
channel
bad.
points one. Yeah.
Sorry, I thought it was bits. I was like, whoa.
Yeah, no, I don't have any. I don't think I have a single 2,500 bit.
I was gonna say that's a lot of bits.
Unless the prolonged Luigi scream is still in there. I can't remember how much that one is. There's one where it's literally Luigi screaming for like 4 minutes. It's just nonstop, and it like progressively goes up and down in scale. It's pretty wild. I don't know if I still
no.
have it in there though. I might have taken it out. I had it in there when I was
Fair.
playing Luigi's Mansion. But anyway,
Fair.
I think this is good. I think
I think now
Eh, eh.
before we finish, Cruella de Vil.
she's not talented.
And we just go silent.
She's,
Oh, jeez.
Now-
Oh, jeez.
It depends on what you consider talent, because she's a very well-renowned fashion designer.
Oh, I did die.
Thank you for that, Clover. She just played the Casey scream. I have Pepperwinkle to thank for that one. She stitched together a bunch of jump scares of me and made me that sound alert.
Oh, I missed it because I can't hear your alerts.
Oh, right. Yeah, I'll have to show it to you later. It's good. It's
Yeah.
mostly me
In
playing
terms of
Alien
talent.
Isolation.
Yeah, in terms of talent, though, I would argue that Cruella does have talent.
That's true. She's a fashion designer. Okay, she could design her own clothes. She's got that same beauty of that Yzma does. In my opinion, I think that she's barely like above Yzma. She look. I mean, you can tell that she's been smoking a very long time.
Something.
Yeah. And then on the charisma scale, like a 0. Like I don't think she's charismatic. I think if we're gonna put Cruella on here, I think she's a C. Personally,
I would be inclined to agree, but I'm thinking where in C.
probably between McLeach and Gothel, I think. Is probably where I would put her.
I don't know, Chet, what do you think?
Maybe above McLeach.
Cruella is fashion incarnate. She is the model of a model, says Quiet.
Yeah, she's a designer, perhaps, but not a model. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, I'm okay with putting her between McLeach and Mother Gothel. I'm just trying to think if we're doing her dirty, if she's supposed to be higher. That's sort of what I'm mulling over right now. I'm not trying to think of excuses. I just want to make sure that if we put her there, because we're not giving her the same amount of thought and consideration as we have with everything else, because she's kind of that last minute one. I want to make sure that we're doing it right.
The thing that I look at is I'm comparing her to anyone that's in B. I don't think she compares to anyone that's in B tier, except maybe Hans.
I will give you that.
In which case, I wonder if Hans should be below Randall. But on the C tier level, like I feel like she's kind of in the same vein as Mother Gothel, and which is
what
why
was Mother Gothel's talent again?
She didn't really have
Why
talent.
was
That's why
she as
she's
high
in,
in C
that's
as
why
she
she's
was?
in C tier. She had the attractiveness side of thing, and she's semi charismatic. She didn't have talent really, unless you count her singing voice or her ability to build a really shaky looking tower. She's not magic though. She's not magic. She just knows how to take
She isn't
advantage
magic,
of somebody
yeah.
else's magic. Yeah, she's a witch in the loosest term, I think.
Does she ever cast spells? Because I don't recall her casting spells on her own.
I don't remember. But at any rate, I feel like a loose witch. Yeah. I feel like she's probably somewhere around Mother Gothel, either right above or right below Mother Gothel, Cruella. And now that I think about it, I feel like she falls below Mother Gothel, between Gothel and Bellwether.
I'm down for that.
Yeah.
I'm down for that. Between Gothel and Bellwether.
Right, I'm gonna grab a snapshot of this here too before I forget. Oh yeah. Thank you for that Rickroll, Dr. Ram. Say goodbye.
All right.
Sweet. Well, I think that's our list. Again, I know that there's going to be a little bit of dissension with respect to where we put certain people, but we gotta settle on something. We can't be here all night. But let me flip it back to the other screen here.
Yeah.
And who's the other male
villain? We forgot Jafar.
Jafar. But
Yeah.
I'm not going to go down that because we could talk about Jafar. We could talk about Scar. We didn't do Scar either.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
There were a lot again that
there's a ton.
we
There's a ton.
cut out. There's a lot
Yeah.
that we apparently forgot and missed, and a couple of other things. But I mean, again, we like to keep the lists as close to 30 or on 30 as we can get, just for conciseness' sake.
I don't know if that's a word, but go for
Because
it.
conciseness is
Consistentness seems legit. But
loosen.
But yeah, thanks again everyone for participating. It's so much more fun with chat, and hearing everyone's opinions and getting everyone's 2 cents. It's a ton of fun being able to do that. So really looking forward to episode 3. Depending on where we end up with the community challenge, episode 3 could be the Bob and Doug episode.
It very well could be the Bob and Doug episode.
Because the channel points challenge
And
will
as if on
continue
cue,
for the
there's
next 2
Craig
weeks.
donating to it.
There we go. Great. Thank you again. So we're getting there. We're at 27K of 40K, and that's only like within less than a week, because I think I just fired that up on Wednesday.
And we still have 2 more weeks to go before the next episode of It's Just Called Two Brothers.
So there we go. Yeah, Quiet Deviant. Thank you as well. See, we're already getting there. Now we're like 11K away. So it's I'm thinking episode 3 very
It's
well
probably
could
gonna
be
happen.
the Bob and Doug episode. So we'll
I
see
think
how
it's
it
gonna
goes.
happen.
But in any case, that is going to be it for us tonight. Let's go see who we can raid. And see who's
And
online.
while
right now.
while Casey's looking at that, chat,
see
thank you
who's
guys so much
online.
for being here for episode 2 of It's Just Called Two Brothers.
I'm hearing some echoing, I think,
Just
from your
Called Two
side.
Brothers.
I'm
Oh,
hearing
are
some
you?
echoing, I
My
think,
bad.
from your side.
Can you hear now?
Some echoing coming from your side.
Are you getting me and me again from 2 different tabs?
Oh, there we go. There we go. Holy smokes. Something went squirrely there.
All right.
Okay.
But thank you all for being here, for participating, for joining us in a lot of the discussions, and supporting us in It's Just Called Two Brothers. We have a lot of fun coming up with what to do on the show, and just bouncing a lot of ideas off of each other over the course of the couple of weeks here. And with the Bob and Doug McKenzie one coming up pretty quick here, I'm excited to see that goal be hit. I'm also excited after that show is done to even start having guest stars and guest appearances on these shows as well. Thank you for just being the fantastic people that you are and being here to share this with us and making this even more fun than it would have been with just us 2 alone.
Absolutely. Yeah, thank you. I'm just looking to see. There's a couple people, but I've rated them fairly recently, so I don't know if I want to rate them again. Do you have anyone in mind, Dr. Ram? Anyone that
Let
you
me
know
take a
that's
peek.
online?
Yeah. While I'm peeking, is there anything you want to get off your chest? I don't know why there was the pause there. That was weird.
It's got awkward really quickly.
I'm looking. But is there anything that you wanted to say?
No, I think you hit the nail on the head, and
Okay.
we have a lot of fun with this, so hopefully you guys have fun as well. And I think we'll keep doing this as long as you guys enjoy being here, right? So, like I said, I'm really looking forward to the Bob and Doug one, whether it ends up being episode 3. If it's not episode 3, I almost guarantee it'll be episode 4.
Yeah.
And then pretty soon, I think we'll also start maybe inviting some guests onto the show. I think it'd be really cool. So we got a lot planned. We're spitballing ideas a lot, and looking forward to kind of what's coming down the pipe, as it were.
I sent you a Discord message.
You did? Okay. Let me pull that up here. My eye is twitching. Yeah. Did you? Oh, there it is. Yeah, it's funny. I just rated him last time I was online.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Yeah.
Because I was going to say there's another person on here, but that's literally the person we rated last time that we did. It's Just Called Two Brothers too.
Mm-hmm. Let me see.
Let me see.
If not, I do have someone else that we can go and raid.
Oh, hold on.
Okay. Oh, you got somebody?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Let's do that one. I
Yeah?
have not rated this person before, so
All right.
I'm cool with that. All
Deal.
right. So I'm gonna throw the raid command in chat. Feel free to copy and paste that if you like.
What's Mim doing on your chest? It says frog.
Oy.
Yikes!
And we are gonna go raid Ninja Monkey. Oh, hold on. I just copy pasted something goofy.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Oh man, now I spelled raid wrong. Look at me go. I am batting 1,000 today. So we're gonna go say hello to Ninja Monkey.
Yeah.
Got the raid call there. Thank you again so much, everyone, for participating and jumping in. We'll be back again in 2 weeks' time with the next episode of It's Just Called Two Brothers. In the meantime, I'm not sure about yourself, Dr. Ram, but I will be streaming again on Wednesday evening. So you can come hang out with me then if you want to check it out the channel. And Dr. Ram, I'm going to shout you out as well.
Yeah, thank you. I'm not sure when I will be streaming this week as I'm still trying to sort things out with my laptop. This went a lot more smooth than I was going to give it credit for because I've been having a lot of issues with my graphics card lately. But I might be doing some just chatting streams over the course of the next couple of weeks while I figure things out. But if you hop in my Discord, if you're from my channel, you'll know everything there. I'm trying to keep you up to date as best as possible.
Sweet. Awesome. Well, let's go say hello to Ninja Monkey. Thanks again, Dr. Ram, for co-hosting this with me, and thanks again to everyone in chat. Thank you for the subs and for the bits, for the hosts, and just for being here. We love hanging out with you guys, and hopefully you all had a fun evening. And we'll see you again in 2 weeks. So have a fantastic night, and let's go give Ninja Monkey some love.
Ara ara.
See ya.
Bye. Yeah.
Fucking necessary.